Ah, shit. I don't think it's in the very front. Just in the bag, I should have like a pack of gum in there.
Welcome to NBNR, the authority on unfiltered opinions and authentic player insight for Nebraska athletics. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and at NBNRpodcast.com.
We have a saying, no block, no rock.
You know, we just really love Otter. He's a junkyard dog.
Kenny Bell ran up to me. He's like, you know what you just did?
You get mad when you go get in the portal and go to another podcast?
You know, usually dumbbells are in pairs. They had 5 dumbbells.
Dang on it, Muhammad!
GBR.
Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. Live on the road.
Yeah.
What city are we in? Are we in
we're somewhere in Missouri.
How many triple X shops have we seen on the side of the road, guys? 8.
Yes, we are live on the road, driving to Memphis, Tennessee to watch hopefully the first tournament win in Nebrasketball history of all time.
You know, I figured we would talk about the game itself, some of the recent happenings that have been going on. It's been a very busy, God, just one day. It's just been a busy ass day. We'll talk about that. What else, guys? The game,
the AD,
the AD stuff, right?
President.
Okay, so let's just start with the AD stuff. I'm at work. I just checked Twitter, and this guy named Troy Dannen, and not the yogurt Dannen, Dannen. I go, who is this guy? He is the AD all of a sudden. And the first thing that I thought, guys, was, I don't know who the hell this guy is, and that's what I like the most about it. Well, I'm not going to lie.
Well, yeah, because I've had a conversation with multiple people about this. Does anybody know the definition of a good athletic director? Like,
I know
seriously.
what people would say. You know, it depends on your hires.
Yeah.
Who do you hire?
But, like, what are the qualifications and what's the definition of a good athletic director?
Right.
The only reason people knew who our athletic director is at Nebraska is because we've had dysfunction, or they're a former Husker or a former coach. Like,
yeah, I feel like you only know your athletic director if your teams are fucking elite. Like, you know who Byrne is at Bama.
Yeah.
Because of Nick Saban, let's be real.
Well, and you know who Byrne is too if you're a Nebraska fan, because his dad was successful as well.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Sorry, I'm not driving at all. What are you talking about? But yeah, I just don't know who this guy is. And look, like you said, with the qualifications, he has hardly any Power 5 experience. Trev Alberts, Texas Trev didn't either.
Texas Trev,
remember? And he was universally lauded when he was hired. So he was at UNO, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And he cut wrestling, and he cut, all these other things. No, but he's going to be most known for what he did at Tulane.
Yeah. Well, when I heard the name first, when I saw Washington, I know I had to go do some research. And at first, I'm thinking, holy cow, we got the guy who hired Kellen DeBoer.
Right.
Yeah, and then he went and hired, Fish. And I'm like, oh, sweet. We got a guy who has nailed it on the hiring train. But then I go and look, and I was like, oh, he just got there.
It's been there like 8 months.
He got there in October.
Yeah,
not even 8 months. It's been like 6.
Yeah, he revealed that, apparently he was at the airport, and some Washington media got to him, and he revealed that his family hadn't even moved to Washington.
They're still,
So, I don't know.
they were still in New Orleans.
Didn't really get down any roots there.
I don't know. That kind of reminds me of Mike Riley. Remember Mike Riley?
Yeah.
How they just never got settled.
Yeah.
And his wife was not even here, and it was just.
And it's similar to the Mike Riley scenario a little bit too, because when we hired Mike Riley, my first thought was, who? I had to Google it.
Yeah.
It's so same thing here. Okay, he did well at Tulane. Give him that.
Yeah, he hired Willie Fritz, and there were some Tulane people that I was talking to, and they were kind of like most fan bases when a AD leaves, they don't really like him too much. And I asked them, I go, well, you don't like the guy that helped get Willie Fritz to your campus? How do you not like that?
Right.
And their justification was he let every other sport diminish. And my point was, okay, well, at Nebraska, you think that there's more financial backing.
Oh, yeah.
And at Tulane, I'm sure he had to prioritize football because that's the moneymaker. And so they prioritize football and probably not basketball, right? Probably not baseball. I mean, baseball
seems pretty solid.
They're pretty good. I love their jerseys.
But baseball is not a profitable sport either.
It's not.
No, even at Nebraska, it's not a profitable
As much
sport.
as I love baseball, college baseball, it's not one of those sports that makes you a crap ton of money unless you're in the SEC. So, their justification was every other sport besides football got diminished. And we're sitting here as Nebraska football fans.
Right.
The football is the front door to the university. And so that's not going to be a detriment or a negative mark for him, for us.
Right.
Because football is the thing. Sorry, Tulane 123 on Twitter. Football is the thing here. That's
right.
That's why this hire happens. Sorry.
Well, and here's the thing too. A Tulane fan saying that they didn't like him at Tulane, you're out of your freaking mind. He made Tulane football relevant. And then the reason that you're upset is because he left Tulane,
right?
And he went to Washington.
Both of them left.
Yeah.
Freaking
yeah.
Fritz left, and then
yeah.
Left too.
So they're just salty that
it's the classic.
You built up the G5 school and then they bounced.
Yeah. And look, that was kind of another thing that the guy said was it's not that hard to hire away because Fritz was at I think Georgia Southern before, and he's like, well, it's not that hard to lure. It's dude, you're Tulane. Just your best coach of all time was literally there for 2 years.
Yep.
Tommy Bowden.
Yep.
So just chill out with the whole he damaged our athletics program. Willie Fritz was there for 8 years.
Yeah.
You guys won 10 games twice. And it's okay. It's your Tulane football. It's okay.
Well, and there's actually Tulane football fans. That's what I learned from social media this week. I didn't know they actually had fans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all two of them tweeted at us. So that was good. I learned a little bit about that. I had to figure out where Tulane was at, and you told me that. So,
well, and the other thing I said to them too was listen, guys, we are literally coming off a situation where our AD left.
Yep.
And we hate him. And so you fans telling us that you hate Dannen for doing whatever at Tulane, we are sympathetic to your plight. So I want to hear you out because look, we're in the honeymoon phase.
Yep.
Where
he's perfect.
Where Dannen is the best candidate of all time. He's the best. He makes the best yogurt, the tastiest yogurt, Dannen. Right? Steely Troy Dannen. And so, I am open to hearing every negative thing that you have to say about him, every critique that you have, because guess what? In 3 years, it's probably going to come up again.
Well,
I'm sorry, but that's just the way it's been. You have to prove me otherwise before I assume great things.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it since freaking Byrne was here 20 plus years ago. So
yeah.
I got to see it. But yeah, we're all optimistic.
Well, I mean, he left too. He went to fucking Texas A&M too.
Right.
So
We got Aggied. We got gigged. But yeah, I mean, I would just say, I'm not saying I'm indifferent. I guess I'm excited. I'm not like, because you know who my first choice was of course Jamie Pollard, and I don't know. So
you were hoping that would happen, but
of course,
he's been the name, like the number one candidate for fans for the last 3 AD hires. What do you think? If you look back, wasn't that long ago? All 3.
Like 3. But like, it's fine. I'm not mad about it. Anything else about Troy Dannen that you guys want to talk about?
Well, I know that he's coming to Memphis, so hopefully we run into the guy. All right,
That'd be cool.
We're gonna run into him.
Hey, where are we gonna be at?
We are going to be at Alfred's on Beale.
Yes.
We're doing a live show there tomorrow from noon to 2. It's gonna be pretty cool. They're letting us post up next to their stage up inside the place, and they're gonna take good care of us. And so that is the official Husker Bar of Memphis this weekend.
And if it's not the Husker Bar, we're making it the Husker Bar.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do. Just like we made Lions Pub in Minneapolis.
That is actually Husker
Bar.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, that is an official Husker Bar. But no, we are making Alfred's on Beale the official Husker Bar of March Madness for Nebraska fans. So,
hell yeah, baby.
Yeah. So that's where we're gonna be. If you guys are going to Memphis tonight, we plan on being there. We're gonna be there tomorrow, doing a live show from 12 to 2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Okay.
Got some comments in the chat. Focus on the road, Jared. And shout out Nicole. Hey, safe travels to you. Thank you.
Love you.
Paul said, wait till the dog keys under that meth I stashed under the wheel well. All right. Yeah.
Already got it.
Got it. Thanks, Paul, for the hookup on that. And then KB said, we want 99 bottles of the beer on the wall, the whole thing. I don't think so.
Okay, so the other thing about Dannen, right, is like when you think of reasons why he came here, I think if you were to give him truth serum, and even if you don't give him truth serum, he would say that he is coming home. And of course, how many times have we heard like that in the past?
We've heard it.
Coming home, returning home.
Dude, actually, I don't want to hear that phrase because Scott F did that.
2 things I never want to hear ever again.
And Trev did that.
Coming home and alignment.
Yep.
2 things that every time I hear, it's like those like secret agents. It's like one of those trigger words where they turn into a assassin. Yeah. That's going to be me, except I'm going to just myself that. Myself that.
Another thing selfishly I'd like to add to that list is Nebraska fires its athletic director. If we can keep on the 80s for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple of years, please.
So, like our last AD, a lot of people forget this. Texas Trev was actually born in Iowa. Like this guy, who in fact, I'm sure some people have seen that, like Fred Hoiberg knows him.
Yeah.
Because he used to referee Hoiberg's like games in Iowa. Like, what?
That is weird.
Who would have ever thunk that?
He said, I hope he's a better athletic director than he was an official.
Oh, Fred, Fred is such a funny guy, isn't he? He's just a little comedian, isn't he?
Don't look now, but there is a strange guy in your back seat. Yeah, I know.
He's got a mustache.
Yeah, he's got a mustache and a hat on. And, yeah, hopefully you can hear him back there. But
he's chiming in every once in a while.
Yeah, chime in. But you got to say it with your chest, Connor. You got to,
I'm trying to
creep up here. I'm sure if you put your little face here.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Rub that little mustache on my shoulder. Why don't you? Come here. No, but so he's coming home. Supposedly he has like a lake house in Des Moines, right? What are those beeps?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can see.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, right? You know what? Does that give him a better chance of staying long term if he is successful? You would think so.
Well, my thing is that makes me think of this. What Matt Rule said last week was, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm gonna be here. This is my home, whatnot.
Unless you kick me out.
You kick me out. I feel like I want Troy to say that at his press conference. Like, yeah, I was only at Washington for 5 months or whatever. Yeah, I was there. But that's because I wanted to go home, and I want this to be my home for the rest of my career.
Right. And like some people are like, last time I checked, Nebraska is not in Iowa.
It is not.
It's like, it's true, but I'm sure some people out there know that Omaha is called freaking West Iowa, which we all hate when people say that.
Yeah. Nate said Cedar Falls, Iowa, specifically, which is where Northern Iowa is located, where he was at for a long time.
You got to start there.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk about Northern Iowa,
hey, if we're going to be talking about him, the thing that's one of the other kind of negatives that people bring up was that he cut the baseball program at UNI.
Okay.
And so, look, I'm not
Why
saying...
is that a thing? Why don't we get ADs that like to cut sports?
Well, it's like with the Trev thing, okay? When Trev first came here, we are not huge wrestling people. We acknowledge the success that UNO had in wrestling, winning national titles, right? But that was not something that we held over Trev's head.
Yeah.
Until a week ago, because fuck him, right? We hate him
Texas
now.
Trev. Nate called him Trav Elberts. Yeah. We're still going to stick with Texas Trev. That's a close second.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Texas Trev.
But, hey, if we're going to point out things about him and talk about him, we have to at least mention it. And even with, same thing with Trev, cutting sports at UNO. I just asked myself this question. Do you think Dannen or Alberts at their respective programs, like, wanted to cut these things?
No.
Like, no. Why do they do it?
Money.
Because at UNI, I'm sorry.
Who's going to the baseball games?
You're not lucrative in that sport. Hell, if you're a Big Ten team playing baseball, you're not lucrative. That's why Iowa State doesn't have one, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Wisconsin doesn't have one.
Yeah, Wisconsin doesn't have one.
Well, and along with Title IX stuff too, like you got to have the same amount of men's sports as you women's sports, stuff like that. We don't really know the factors of the UNI thing in specifics, but
right.
Yeah.
So that's my question. Like, do they want to do it? No.
Well, in Texas Trev, for instance, right? People get mad about the wrestling program, the football program, and rightfully so. But on the flip side, if you look at UNO now, they're Division I. They got to play in the tournament.
They got Baxter Arena. They're D1 in hockey. They're D1 in basketball. They're D1 in baseball. I mean, right. You got to sacrifice a little bit to get where you want to go. And, UNO is now a university that's not in the, it's not D2. It's D1. Right.
So.
And, other thing about Dannen, I don't know if you caught any of Matt Rule's comments about Dannen, but he was asked, what is your connection? And he had mentioned, when he was at Temple in the same conference as Tulane, and so they kind of crossed paths there.
Yep.
And Rule said that there's no personal relationship there, but they have a strong business relationship.
Yeah.
Fine enough with me. You would think that Matt Rule had a say in this hire.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee you they brought their list of candidates to Matt Rule, maybe even Fred Hoiberg, was like, these are the guys we're looking at.
Right.
And you have to imagine Matt Rule had to give his blessing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Dannen, he is, I don't know if he still is. I know that he was at least on the committee of oversight.
That's the stuff I like.
Football. Right.
I like that because that goes back to what Matt Rule said last week about this is a pivotal time in college athletics, and you need someone who's going to have those futuristic ideas and stuff like that. He's been on the committee for stuff like that.
Right.
He's not dumb. He knows where college football is going.
And so I guess my question to you guys, and I kind of have my own thoughts, but I want to throw it to you. Dannen comes on. He's at a he's at a place that cares a lot about pretty much everything, but especially football.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is the thing that you want to see Dannen do? Right? We always when we talk about presidents, we talk about the first 100 days. What are they getting done? What are their priorities in the first 100 days? What are Troy Dannen's first 100 days? What are the things that he wants to get done and really emphasize? What do you think?
I'm thinking someone's got to address the stadium project now.
Yeah.
That's probably the big elephant in the room. Obviously, in the first 100 days, Fred Hoiberg got an extension. Amy Williams got an extension.
Doesn't need to worry about that.
Doesn't have to worry about it now.
And not only that, not only does Troy not have to worry about that, but Fred and Amy don't have to worry about
their job security.
Yeah, now
Dannen coming in and going,
yeah,
F you, you're out. Right.
No,
Not that he
I
would
think
do that.
as much as we hate Texas Travelers, it's in a good spot for whoever was going to take the job. The basketball, baseball, all that stuff is performing very well. Shit, even softball. They're doing well even without the best player in the country, Jordy. So, yeah, I think he's walking into a situation where the teams are all competitive, and the only one you really need to look at
This is the one that we all care about most.
the one that he cares about the most.
Right.
So, first 100 days is going to be addressing that stadium issue. Let's talk about what's happening. We had some blueprints drop, but then all that other news overshadowed that. Are we going to talk about the stadium? Is that still happening? Are they going to delay it multiple years?
Right. Are they shelving that? Right?
Yeah. Honestly, in my personal opinion, they probably should.
Well,
But
yeah. I mean, do you have any specific things?
So I mean, just in that
Get up
first-
here. Get up
in
here.
that first 100 days, I think what you really have to do is first and foremost set expectations. I think that Mike again kind of tails in with the stadium thing.
Yeah.
Set expectations for like what should we be looking for as far as those big projects go, and then just making sure that the Husker fan base is calmed down.
Yep.
Because we had a few days there where everyone was running around with their heads cut off, getting everybody back down and saying, look, this isn't Armageddon. We're ready to go. We've got our precedent. We're ready to succeed again.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is it was a pretty volatile week, and look, a week consists of 7 days.
Yep.
And so there were 6 days of what the hell is the Board of Regents doing? Why is there a president? Why did Trev leave? To 1 day, just kind of wrapping everything up pretty suddenly.
that was quick. I
Right.
will say the hire of the athletic director
And president in the same day.
in the same. Well,
Hey, go.
I'm just saying. I put it out there. I said, "Do you think that we'll actually hire a president before we hire an AD?" And technically, we hired an AD before we hired a president.
You would think,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in the rooms. You would think that Dannen was aware of who the president was going to be,
Yeah.
right? We have this old gold guy in mind.
Yes.
This old gold.
Dr. Jeffrey Gold.
Old gold.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Jeffrey Gold is the chancellor over at UNMC.
Well,
That's all I know about him. I heard him talk one time and I about fell asleep. My wife, went to UNMC and graduated from there. And I heard the guy talk for like an hour. So I know he loves to fill the room with his voice. But once again, it goes back to even the athletic director discussion. Does any football fan know what the president does at a university? What qualifies as a good one?
Right.
We had a corporal or whatever that Ted Carter was.
Admiral.
Our admiral.
show
Admiral
some
Ted Carter.
respect.
We've had doctors. We've had all kinds of different
Lawyers.
types of people in this president role.
Right.
So, can anybody define what a good president does? Nobody knows.
Can anyone make a cricket sound with their mouth?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
not
really good.
That was good.
Yeah.
I thought there was a cricket in here for a second.
No, nobody knows.
Nate said he needs to rally the boosters, not get in the way of the coaches, aka don't pull an I course, and provide the fan base of his vision and how he'll get there. Hey, those are all the right things.
When hold on guys, hold on. We got this semi acting like a jackalope.
Yep.
When Trev left and we made our emergency pod, I had made the point that whoever your next AD is, can they be a person that not only wants to get shit done, but has the the persuasive abilities, has the strong armedness,
And the balls.
and sure, the balls
Yeah.
to like get shit done.
Yeah.
And the frustrating thing about Texas Trev Alberts, was he had all the power in the world. If he was so frustrated with not having a president, with the Board of Regents reeling him at every turn, why didn't you say something to like us to get the fans to rally around? If there was no president and that made you very mad, why not like make it known to people instead of going on Huskers Radio Network and saying, well, the stadium is going fine. It's not that, like,
don't lie.
If you want to be here, if you love it as much as you say, then why not use your power? Because you are literally
He was the most powerful man at the university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say the state.
Yeah.
And like, if the Board of Regents is pissing you off for not hiring a president, put pressure on them and force them to do it.
And that's what I thought he was doing.
Instead of just leaving.
Yes. He did not put his gloves up and fight.
Right.
There are,
Packed his bags and he took a flight.
There are rumors that it may not have necessarily been just the Board of Regents. The rumors are saying that he was interviewing for spots with the Big Ten.
Right, yeah.
With other schools. Like, he knew he was leaving. This wasn't a split-second thing.
Right. Yeah.
So, sure, it might have stemmed from the Board of Regents, but I think he saw opportunity elsewhere regardless.
Yeah, and look, the more that we read about this situation, the more it becomes pretty clear that he has very lofty goals for himself that extend beyond Nebraska. And I think for him, he just feels like going to an SEC school is going to just add to his resume. He'll be there for 2 years, 3 years. It's something he can put on his resume as a bullet point. Hey, college football playoff CEO, I'm interviewing for on my resume. Hire me. Yeah. Like, he just has these goals for himself that he feels like taking this as the next step will help him.
See, but he also has this now on his resume of a guy,
being a dick.
Yeah, of a guy who's unloyal and bounces, and when his back's against the wall, he runs away. So like, you can play both sides of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the SEC. Okay, but on the flip side, if you look at the future of college football, you're in a good spot in the Big Ten.
Right.
You're in a great spot in the Big Ten. So, the more time I've had to sit on it, the more it just makes it so obvious that it was 100% on Trev Alberts. I don't care if you're like trying to blame the Board of Regents, trying to blame the dysfunction that we've had. No.
Right.
Trev was the most powerful man in the state, and he ran. He ran away at the worst fucking time, too.
Yeah.
Like, this stadium thing had his name all over it. This was his thing. He wanted to go public with it. He had the press conference. He did all this. And then signs this big extension just to run away.
He signed this extension knowing
That he
how dysfunctional everything was.
Yes.
And he didn't have a president.
in November.
He signed the extension. So, like, Trev. Sorry. Just talking about him makes me all...
Yeah, once it gets off the road.
The whole stadium thing. So at first, of course, we get the email wanting our input, hey, as a fan, what changes would you like made? Fill out this survey.
Yep.
And so we're optimistic. He wants our input. I think that was an excellent first step by Texas Trev, right?
Yep.
Just get our input, act like you give a shit about what we want, even if you really don't. We were optimistic. And I think he kind of got ahead of his skis a little bit with, we just finished the other freaking complex. And I think, and that's not even fully done yet.
Yeah.
Like Matt Rule was saying, how the locker room is still in in progress. The trading table's still in progress. Like, there's still all this stuff that hasn't even been finished. And then Trev hits us with the stadium. Trev got out ahead of his skis a little bit, and he got frustrated that people were not falling in line. Because I think a lot of people were like, bruh, I think you're moving a little too fast with this.
Well, I think
we're not ready, and bruh, you just got to chill out and slow down.
I think it fit in Trev's timeline, though. The more I think about it, you know, if Trev does have these lofty goals,
get this done now.
If he has these goals of becoming a commissioner or doing other things, then yeah, he probably wanted to get that thing going,
right?
So that when he saw the end of that, the stadium's done, he's out.
Yep.
Gets bigger, better things. But instead, we're dragging our feet on it, and it never happened.
But you know, it's like, who do you blame? I mean, for Trev, I appreciate he wanted to make these changes to Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
Memorial Stadium it's
a dinosaur.
It's old.
Yeah.
And I feel like they literally were going to destroy South Stadium and leave it in the dust, right? Because that was the only way you could do this, because it's so old.
Yes.
And the bones are so old. Like, I appreciate he wanted to make these huge changes. It's like Trev himself. I don't think you could accuse him of not being forward thinking.
Yeah.
He sees what's going to happen. He sees the attendance figures and wants to get ahead of, like, we need to emphasize comfort over numbers.
Yeah.
Because people want to be at home watching the telly.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of sitting on a wooden bench.
But on the flip side of it, people also want to see a winning football team. Right. So that also plays a role in it. People, they want to sit on their ass at home and watch it on television. But on the flip side, if Nebraska goes back to winning 9-10 games a year, they're having no problem filling that stadium again.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. They're not winning right now. And when you depend on donors for your money, and your team is not winning, it's not fail-proof whatsoever. No. If anything, it's a recipe for disaster. If your team hasn't made a bowl in 7 years, you're going to have donors going, why am I giving you money? You're not doing shit.
Yeah.
Why am I paying for this shit? What's my ROI here?
Yeah. There is no return investment on that.
And so again, with Trev, huge plans. But if you're a donor, you're going, bruh, I don't want to pay for this. You're not winning games. Win first, and then I'll give you money.
Yeah.
And so I think Texas Trev was getting frustrated. That being said, fuck him still.
Yeah. 100%. Just a reminder, guys, this is an interactive rant. So make sure you drop comments in the chat. Nate said in here, people say they hired Gold for AAU purposes due to UNMC, but UNMC will never be included in UNL's AAU status because it's on a different campus. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they have a workaround for that. You would imagine they want to get back to the AAU status. For the people who don't know what that is, that's your academic status. Nebraska was for the longest time until they joined the Big Ten.
Right.
And we have not been there academically in a long time.
Yeah, and Jungle Law, what's that one say? Venomous charge? Gets results. Got a big old snake. I don't know if you guys have driven through Missouri, but dude, this place,
it's something.
Missouri is awesome.
Lots of religious signs, sex shops, and
Jungle Law.
Jungle Law. Dean said in the chat, shout out Dean. He said UNL doesn't have AAU status, and I think they're only the university in the Big Ten that doesn't have AAU status.
True.
That is 100% true.
Yep.
So if Dr. Gold can get us to where they need to be academically, whether he pulls some strings or finds a loophole to get UNMC included in the University of Nebraska, then that's a win. It will definitely help.
I look at teams in the AAU, which that's every Big Ten team, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm just ignorant.
You are.
And I'm a simp.
You are.
I'm a caveman.
You are.
I'm a dullard.
Still.
I'm a piece of You didn't agree with that.
We're just going to keep going.
I look at the University of Illinois. If I applied there out of college, I'd probably get in, right? If I applied for UNL out of high school, I'm getting in.
Yeah.
If I applied to Michigan, I'm probably not getting in. But I'm just saying, my point. Why are we acting? Does anyone give a shit about this? The AAU stuff? Besides the hoity-toity blue hairs in the Big Ten that they're very self-important. They're very yes. No. Who gives a shit?
Well, and I think once football becomes its own thing, once we start paying, like, because I hate how we keep acting like they're student athletes still. I understand they still have to go to school.
They're athletes that happen to be students.
Yeah, eventually we're going to get to a point.
They're athletes that learn every once in a while. They might read a word.
Yeah.
Not the playbook.
Like, we got to stop acting like it's like this stuff is about school and academics anymore. It's not.
It hasn't been for years.
It hasn't been for a very, very long time. And that's why I don't think Nebraska really gave a fuck about their AAU status to begin with.
Well, dude, you got to. We cannot use revisionist thinking here, okay? They come to the Big Ten. We kind of knew that they might lose their AAU status because of it. At the time, we said, who cares? Because now that they're going to the Big Ten, they're going to get paid a shit ton of money.
And they still are.
And the Big Ten took Nebraska in. Why?
Because
not because of the AAU.
Because of money.
And because a lot of people do this. They watch Nebraska, regardless of how crappy their team is.
Yes.
We watch it out of just sheer what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Sit on the edge of your seat shit.
Right. Like,
we
how are they going to fuck this up next?
We love pain. And we haven't made a bowl game in 7 years, and we still watch it.
So, like, this whole AAU, I'm sure it's very important to Old Gold, Dr. Old Gold. I'm sure it is.
Dr. Old Gold.
And, the more you hear about Old Gold, he's a genius. Yeah. He's the smartest man in the room.
He's a medical doctor, for God's sake.
I heard Travis Justice and Dr. Rob last night. Even Dr. Rob was like, yeah, the dude runs laps around me from an intellectual standpoint. Yeah. And so
that's right, because Rob got hit in the head a couple times in college.
Hey, the fact that he's doing what he's doing,
I'll give him that.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's like, I might be a little worried, like, you're going to put the needle in the right spot.
I hope Rob comes on one of these days.
Yes. But no, like, as the president, as fans, what do we want from him? The AAU, okay, fine. Cherry on top.
Yep.
But what do we want?
Money!
We want alignment.
Oh, is that what we want?
Yeah, we want alignment.
Again?
With what? Alignment with what?
Winning. Money?
Winning where?
Football?
Football.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's literally it. Okay?
Volleyball helps, but they're their own thing. Like they
don't need the help right
They don't need help. You know who needs help? The team that hasn't made a bowl game in 7 years. That's who needs help. Like we got a couple people that are very proud to be blue hairs. All the things that you said.
Old Gold.
They said, I'll never go up on the hoity-toity blue hair status. And
but do you care about AA? Like, are you dying on the AAU hill? Whatever your name is, I can't see because I'm keeping my eyes on the road and definitely not looking at the phone.
That is Nate and Dean.
Nate the Great.
Yeah.
Are you dying on the AAU hill? Do you care?
No, because at the end of the day, you don't care. You care if the football team does good. You don't care if the student athlete does okay. Who cares?
So, like, let's just, for instance, some of the people that we demonize that have been in the administration, like we demonize Steve Peterson.
Yeah.
We demonize Harvey Perlman. Why? Because of AAU?
No.
Why?
Because they made bad decisions in their positions of leadership.
Which resulted in what?
Firings and losing.
Firings and losing and what? Mike, you never just fucking says it.
Football.
Thank you.
Oh, football.
Like,
I thought you said and what? I was like, what? What else?
Sorry.
It's football.
I'm trying to lead a horse to water here.
Yeah.
But no, like, we hate Steve Peterson. We hate Harvey Perlman because the football team wasn't winning at a consistent level.
Yes.
Not because They weren't getting enough research dollars. Just win. If Nebraska football wins, Troy Dannen is a hero.
Yeah.
Matt Rule is a hero. Old Gold, UNMC Old Gold is a hero. He might be the smartest doctor that's ever lived. He might be freaking Aristotle for all I care. Win in football.
But if the football team doesn't win,
then he's the biggest idiot of all time.
Nate said it's good for the university, which is good for the football program. No,
it's not.
It doesn't really matter.
Before today, do you want to know how many times in the last 12 months I have talked about AAU status?
Zero.
The
only thing that's good about AAU is when you go 5-7, you get to go to bowl games still.
That's it.
That's it.
Shit.
That's it.
Shit, that'll actually be really good. I'm sorry. When you look back, when Nebraska was in the AAU versus them not being in the AAU, if we just look at the types of players that they're getting, they're not getting significantly worse or better players either way.
Well, they're going to get you in regardless. As far as athletics goes, they will find ways to get you in the school no matter what. Even if you can't read, they will get you in.
REED, read. Listen, I'm just trying to get down to freaking brass tacks here, okay? Nate, I'm not calling you an idiot for thinking AAU is good. On paper, it is probably a good thing. It's just, if football doesn't win, Old Gold is an idiot, Troy Dannen is an idiot, Matt Rule is an idiot. That's just what it all comes down to.
It comes about winning, because winning turns into money.
I'm sorry.
And money is the most important thing in the world. And winning is the most important thing to me.
Hey, winning is so important to us that we are driving 10 hours to watch an NCAA tournament game.
Yes.
For a team that has never won in this tournament before.
We are going to be in a car for 20 hours, and we will be in the car longer than we will be in Memphis.
Bruh, I am loaded up on my double-decker oatmeal cream pies, bro. And coffee. This shit is fire.
Because of hope. Because we hope they will win.
Are we storming the court when they win?
I don't think they'll let us.
Yeah.
But we're going to try.
I'm going to try.
That doesn't answer my question. Are we storming the court?
No, because I want to get back.
Bail us out.
No, because we have
out of a Memphis jail.
We have Nick Hanley coming on the podcast on Monday. I don't want to be arrested, so we got to make sure we get back for that.
Oh, what a story!
Yeah,
I don't have a story to tell. All right. So we talk about AAU, Old Gold, Troy Dannen. So I guess the only thing left is basketball, right?
Yeah, basketball. We did have a question in the chat.
Go on.
Said from a friend of mine, Sam White, said, how's it going, guys? Who do you have winning your bracket? Jared, all those bad things he said about himself are true because he still isn't in a fucking bracket. And we have, I think it's a little late. You might still be able to join it, but we have a group for March Madness for those of you who joined. We're going to be giving away free merch and a brewery tour for whoever wins our bracket thing. So, pretty sweet.
Our bracket thing.
Connor, who did you have winning your bracket?
The entire thing.
Every bracket I have filled out since 2010 has had the same champion.
You're an idiot.
Minus 1 year. And that is the Duke Blue Devils. I do genuinely believe they can win this tournament.
DUQ.
Yep.
Duke.
DICK. Duke.
Who'd you have winning?
I had UConn winning. I think
a lot of people like UConn.
I think team. They don't really have a lot of flaws. I did watch them in person when Creighton beat them. And
wait, C-R-A-Y.
Yeah, C-R-A-Y-T-O-N. Creighton.
I can tell you who I don't have winning. Texas A&M. No. They are not going to win the whole thing.
And it might be Nebraska.
Because if they do, that means they beat Nebraska.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Nate said, how many boosters were former football players versus regular alumni? If you want to continue to have big bag boosters, then you need to get to quality alumni. Okay. How do you do that? Academic prestige.
Okay.
Nate, I would say that a lot of the donors that we have at the University of Nebraska are just Western Nebraska farmers. So there is that. It is an ag type school. So you are getting that.
Yeah.
But I do agree with that as well. Like, yeah, smart people get good jobs who can give back to the school that gave them that academic degree.
That's still Nate, right?
Yeah, that's still Nate. So, no, I agree with that.
Well, Nate, here's the other thing, though, Nate. Like, you're right. Academics, on paper, you get a degree, you get paid more. As a result, you give more. However, if I have a master's degree, or if I have a doctorate, and the team sucks, I'm going to keep my money. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
Am I being too simplistic here? One of the reasons why they can't really get this stadium thing off the ground is because it's donor based.
Yes.
And like, I feel like the richest people in the state, which fuck them because they have too much money, come on, Jesus Christ.
Buffett could just pay for the whole thing himself.
God,
You wouldn't even notice.
and I'm just
Barely touches me.
Yes.
slow vehicles. No, but I'm just saying, like the Pede family, even them, get over.
Look at you driving all light.
Get the fuck over.
No, but like even the Pede family eventually is gonna be like, bruh, like,
No.
why are we doing this 1890 thing if we're not gonna win?
Well, the Pede family is the most powerful booster of all. So that family, they love the power. I don't think they care about the product as
That's
much.
fair.
I think they love the power. They love the ability to persuade and control the Board of Regents, to be able to make decisions for the university.
Well, yeah, and if you're someone that's like a donor that gives less than the Peds, which is a lot of people, and if your team isn't good, that donor base diminishes.
Yes.
Because what is my return on investment? I'm not going to the Pinstripe Bowl. I'm not going to the Charmin Ultra Soft Bowl. Why am I doing this? And so maybe I'm just being too simplistic and caveman about it. Win, and you'll have your donors. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying my double-decker oatmeal cream pie.
Yeah. You've got two of them. Sam said, I like the choice of Washington's AD. Anybody who's told me that, I've asked them why.
Is he Washington's AD, or is he Tulane's AD?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
I asked why, because I just wanted to know, like, what are your reasons?
Right.
Because people see Washington and they're like, well, they just played in the national championship game.
He didn't do that.
Well, he got there after the fact.
Right.
So
Right.
He didn't do that.
It's hard. Listen, and we want to give him as much credit as we can because
Yeah.
we are in the honeymoon phase, right?
Yes.
We want to give him credit for
I'm
that.
trying to be level-headed as fuck. I'm
Right.
trying.
That's why we brought up cutting baseball, you and I. Like,
Yeah.
we're trying to be level-headed and not honeymoon about this.
Yes.
So, yes, your question about just why do you like him? And, like, a lot of it is just kind of hoping that he's going to be good. And you look at what he did at Tulane. Hiring Willie Fritz. Good check.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to have 10 bullet points of why he's an awesome hire.
I don't know.
I
hope that I'm not saying later that it was rushed to calm down the fan base, calm down the boosters,
It probably
etc.
like, are we sitting here 3 years from now going, damn it, they hired him too fast. We should have known.
Yeah.
Like, we're probably going to be sitting here doing that. They hired him too fast. It was too rushed.
Yeah.
They felt pressure after Trev left. But I want to be optimistic.
You have to.
I really do.
I mean, if you think about a big picture, and you think about all the major sports.
Oh, and he's on the oversight committee. Check.
Yeah, check. Cool. If you look big picture, and you look at Nebraska athletics right now, you've got your men's and women's basketball coaches locked in long term. You've got your football coach locked in long term. You've got your baseball coach, I think, locked in long term. Pretty sure he's. He got that extension after the thing. Yeah. So you've got all of the major sports and John Cook ain't going anywhere. So you've got all your major sports.
Well, until he retires.
Until he retires. But that's going to be in a good place regardless. You got all your sports, all your major sports are in good placing and good standing. So essentially, all he has to do is just make sure everything stays the way it is. And make sure football gets better. Matt Rule has to show his worth.
Well, and I think there has to be a balance between being forward-thinking, because look, you guys, if there's anything that we've learned about college athletics, It is volatile as hell. It's literally changed. I bet you, us sitting here doing this live, I'll bet you like 5 rules have changed. Maybe. Just like, okay, I guess that's a new thing. So many things are changing all the time. And so we need a guy who's forward thinking, but helps the football team win.
Yeah.
Because if he's too forward thinking, people are going to get antsy, and they're going to start questioning, why am I doing this if they're not winning? What is the point? So, bottom line, help Matt Rule win, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Sam said he turned around Washington, and I've seen interviews where
he turned around Washington.
Sam, I don't want to break this news to you, but he got hired at Washington in October.
See, this is why we're here.
Yes.
I'm sure we have like 10 people that are watching going, he turned around Washington.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He got there in October. He was there for 5 months, and he left for Nebraska. So,
like, we can be honest about that, right?
His family didn't even move to Washington.
His family was still living, I don't know, in either Iowa or New Orleans, but they were not living with him in Washington. That's how short he was there.
You're watching us, and we love you for that, okay?
Yeah.
But we have to tell you that he just didn't turn Washington around, okay?
They were already doing that.
Kellen DeBoer was there. Penix was there. Like, it is. Sorry.
He did nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything there.
Yeah, well, I don't say he did nothing, but I'm sure
he probably didn't do anything.
I'm sure he did something.
I doubt
We just don't know what.
We have 67 people in here. We'll do some housekeeping real quick. If you don't already, please go to our YouTube channel and give us a subscribe. It would be awesome.
We're trying to get tattoos. If we hit 1,000, we're gonna get tattoos, especially Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna supposedly get tattoos when we get 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you guys could give us a follow on all social media platforms, including YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, that'd be awesome. For those of you just joining us, we are on the road on our way to Memphis to go watch Nebrasketball. Hopefully get their first tournament win. We hope. I hope I'm not looking back at this later and I'm like, you're a dunce.
Okay, so yeah, and just in the terms of housekeeping, if you go to NBNRpodcast.com, we have merch there, and we have what's called GBRBI merch.
Oh yeah, that shit's sweet.
So the baseball team's doing very well. They are 15-5. They won last night. They are taking care of their midweek foes so far. They are going to crack the top 25 more than likely. I think this is the perfect time for you guys to get your GBRBI merch.
Yeah, absolutely. It is freaking sweet. We've got awesome hats, with the corn cob logo with the diamond around it. It's really cool. So,
and like hats, shirts.
Yeah, hats, shirts, quarter zips, all that stuff.
You're gonna want to wear it to a Haymarket at a game. You're gonna look sharp as.
Also, it is politics season, and we do have some merch out there to support that. And no, it's not any particular party. It is the Dylan Raiola and Matt Rule 24 shirts. Those are freaking sweet.
Rule Raiola 24. Those are really cool. So go check out our website, NBNRpodcast.com.
Back to basketball. So, guys, what we know about Texas A&M,
right?
They lead the nation in offensive rebounds, which is something we're not very good at because we're undersized. Yeah. But they also lead the nation in the lowest field goal percentage, I guess, in the particular tournament. Is that right, Connor?
Yeah, they out of all the teams in the field of 64, they have the lowest field goal percentage.
Yes. So, worst shooting team in the tournament. They get the most boards, so they're going to have the most opportunities.
Right. And that's why they have the most boards, because they have the most misses and the most opportunities.
Yes.
It goes hand in hand. Now, my rebuttal to that, guys, is they have the lowest field goal percentage over the regular season.
Yep.
Which was 34 games. All it takes is one.
Yep.
All it takes is one game for everything to fucking fall their way. And it takes one game where everything falls their way and they make everything, and they don't even need to get an offensive rebound because they're just making everything. So, if you're Nebraska, who we've talked many times, emphasis on defense, right, Mike? You've been banging the drum of identity.
That is their identity, and it's the emphasis on defense.
Right.
That's what they do best.
And so I think the last thing that we need is a one-game anomaly where Texas A&M does something that they normally don't do, and we're sitting up in FedEx Forum going, God damn it, are you serious? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the one game where they make 10 threes. Really? Of course. So let's drive back 10 hours in pain and misery, right?
Well,
so yeah, the defense is good. Nebraska's defense is good. Just all it takes, guys. I don't need you to overthink this because it's one game. Anything can happen in one game.
So looking at A&M's field goal percentage, because when you brought up, it takes one game, I wanted to see, has their field goal percentage improved, stayed the same, or gotten worse as we're getting into the tournament? And it appears to be getting worse. They went from looking at like 41, 42%. They had a string of games where they're never getting over 38% of their field goals.
So again, consistently, a not good shooting team. No. Now, that being said, let's say they do have a bad shooting day and everything's getting bricked. You need Alec to keep doing Alec things. And what do I mean by that?
Getting those boards.
Not just getting boards, but
hustle plays.
Being a pest.
Yep.
Diving all over the floor. Hurting himself, basically. Sacrificing himself for the team. He's been doing it all year.
Yep.
We have no reason to suspect he won't do it again and keep doing it. So keep doing that. We need Juwan Gary, who, should have been on the All Big Ten defensive team.
Got snubbed on that.
We need him hitting and crashing the boards.
Yep.
Boxing out.
And staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
And 8 miles, we're going to get off on exit 210A.
210A. Even Sam Hoiberg. Listen, first in, last out. Coach's son.
White.
Jim Rat. White.
Yeah.
Hit the boards, bruh.
Lunch pail.
You would think that Hoiberg and Lenzer have really been emphasizing that. Hit the damn boards.
Got to.
No second chance opportunities.
Yep.
Please, God.
And Nate said in the chat, he said, since we've gone with our big lineup, we've drastically improved defensive rebounding. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think when Alec is on the floor, he's the one guy on the floor that is going to give you every ounce that he has. Diving on the ground to get balls.
Oh, he's obnoxious.
I mean, he is the definition of a pest in a good way. So, yeah, I think since they've made that move and they've had Jamarcus Lawrence coming off the bench, it has been a huge jolt. If Rank, he's a roller coaster. He's either really good, really bad. We just need him to stay out of foul trouble and make the shots that he's been making all year. We don't need him to be Casey Tominaga shooting NBA threes.
Sure.
We need him to get to his spot, box out, get boards, and just play your game.
Not just Rank. There have been a few games where Bryce Williams disappears. We can't have Rank and we can't have Bryce disappear, and we're depending on Casey to drop 30. That's just, it's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, it's March. You can't expect that.
Yes.
So Rank, I need you. If you want to score 10 points, that's great. But the thing about Rank is when he is on, he takes focus away from the inside of the paint, and people are forced to play him outside, which allows for him to throw passes to back cutters.
Yep.
Casey, you're going to get held. You're going to get people all up in your grill. People set screens for him. Casey, back cut. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But that's if Rank is effective. If Rank is not effective, that whole threat of back cutting goes away.
Yep. That is why Fred runs that offense through the big man. He did it last year with Derek Walker. There is pros to it, but there are cons. If your big man isn't doing anything, then it makes the offense completely stagnant.
Yeah.
So Rank has to play his game. He has to play the best basketball that he's played all year. And Bryce Williams needs to wake up. Bryce, he got things going a little bit. He was kind of the only one who had a freaking pulse in the second half of the last game.
Right.
But Bryce Williams has got to like take charge and be the leader that I think he is. I think this is Bryce Williams' team, and I think it's going to carry over hopefully to next year. But Bryce needs to be that guy. I think he is a perfect candidate to be the guy that could just go off today. Or not today, tomorrow. But
You cannot look at the box score 20 minutes in and he has 2 points. I think that's
shout out,
happened.
Zach. You got ZJ in there. You guys are awesome. Thanks, ZJ. Appreciate you. They need more screens. Yes, absolutely. Screening is going to be very important when everybody in the world now knows who Casey Tominaga is.
Right.
Every national media outlet now knows who Casey Tominaga is. We've been saying that since the last year.
Right.
But now the world knows who Casey Tominaga is.
And like we said in our episode, the last thing that a team wants is Casey making a three and doing the Home Alone celebration in their face, right? The last thing they want is to hear Kent Pavelka going, Casey, oh my dang-a-ring. They don't want to hear that shit. So what are they going to do? They're going to go out of their way to try to hold him and foul him, and they're going to hope that they won't get called. And this is kind of where we hope we're like, not Big Ten refs might help. Because I just don't think Big Ten refs were really caring about that issue very much this year.
Oh, absolutely not.
And like there were a few times when an opponent would be called on holding Casey, but too many times this year he was held and nothing was called.
Yes. All year. At the beginning of the year, I was saying it, and you're like, Mike,
I know.
Don't.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Come on. Shut up. No. He gets held and grabs all freaking game.
Right.
I saw it at PBA firsthand. Every single game.
And like one of the like earlier criticisms, kind of going back to last year about Casey, was like if he's not making his shots, then it's kind of hard to watch. Because sometimes he turns into the palms up guy doing this, right? If things aren't going his way, he kind of
Put your fucking palms on that steering wheel.
we need Casey with his palms on the wheel,
Yes.
okay? With his hands
Yeah.
on the wheel.
Drive the team.
Like, again, this can't be a one-game thing where he gets out of his element and kind of like melts down a little bit. Because again, this is one game. It's one and done, baby.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
no palms up. And I think he's improved in that area so much. Where like last year he would have those games and it's like, Casey, come on, bro, like you got to play through it, man.
Yep.
And I feel like he's done a much better job this year. He's like matured in that way. I don't know if it was a talking to that he received, but he looks like a different player in that regard.
Yeah.
So you need that guy that's just nails.
Yeah. We had Nate say in the chat, 100% Rank needs to put up the open three to prevent the D from collapsing in the point.
I forgot.
Casey also needs to pull a Shannon and drive the lane to draw fouls. Yeah. Well, I personally,
This one,
210A.
That's 209.
Yeah.
All right.
I personally don't want Casey being the Shannon of the team. I would much rather that be Williams. So Casey is good at cutting to the basket and stuff, but he's not. I don't even want to say that either because he is good at driving the basketball, but he's undersized.
Well, the thing that separates Casey from like Terrence Shannon is I don't know how tall he is, but he's like 220 pounds.
And he's also athletic as fuck.
He could absorb contact.
Yeah.
But Casey, he's more of the crafty, like up and under.
This is it right here.
Okay. God fucking damn it.
You're good. Yeah, 210A.
We're gonna get his-
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I hope that maybe Jawan's the cutter. Big guy, big frame. Maybe it's Bryce Williams.
Perhaps.
I don't particularly see Casey or Jamarcus Lawrence being those guys.
Well, no, I mean J Mart is like, if he can make you 4 threes, like that's as good as it's gonna get, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not driving the lane.
He turns the ball over and he makes threes. That's what he does. That's it. I wish that.
Please do more of the latter.
Yes, I hope so.
Am I going east? No. Look, I don't believe so. Shit. Let's see. I'm kind of. No.
Stay on.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys,
Okay. Yeah. I think we had ZJ said, what bracket will have more hype this year, men's or women's? I mean,
you answer that one, Mike. You're the
Me-
women's basketball guy.
me personally, I would rather watch the men's. So, I think with Caitlin Clark stuff, though, you're gonna have lots of hype and drama around that. You know, South Carolina, Iowa stuff.
Oh yeah. So are South Carolina and LSU, don't they have a ton of players suspended for the first round of the tournament?
Oh, I know. I know that there was some issues there.
There was a little scuffle.
A little scuffle.
A little, dare I say, catfight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was something. But no, I think.
Am I allowed to say that?
I think that
Is that okay?
the men's bracket. My thing about men's basketball this year is nobody wanted to be number one this year. The amount of number one, we'll just say top 5 upsets this year, was insane. Nobody wants to be that dog.
Purdue's a fraud.
Yeah, that all year they've been the fraud. Whatever, we beat them. That was funny. But no, I think men's will be interesting because I want to see who decides to be the dog in the tournament. Because all year nobody's wanted to be the dog.
Who's the DAG of the tourney?
Yeah,
like
tourney will
you
be
said,
weird.
a lot of people think it's going to be UConn, but I don't know. It's always kind of somebody you don't really expect.
Me personally, though, I have Texas Tech going really far. Yeah. I think they're kind of a dangerous team. I watched them play a handful of times this year.
Dude, listen, I know it was one game. Like, it's not just one game, really. But seeing what Iowa State did to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa State.
They're dangerous, but
dude, and they're gonna have the freaking Cyclone Nation in Omaha just wrecking shit.
Oh yeah.
And causing riots near CHI. Dude, watch out for Iowa State, man.
Iowa State can be good. I had them going pretty far in my bracket.
I wish we were putting that bracket, but I don't know. And I'm not saying they're my favorite, but they could be a dog.
Yeah.
They made Houston look like a bunch of not cougar kitty cats.
Yeah. We did have a comment earlier. I'm kind of getting off the topic of basketball. We'll probably go back to it. But if we had a chance to watch the pro day with Dylan Rail slinging the ball, what are our thoughts on that?
Hey, man. Give me all the Kool-Aid, man. Give me all the... Hey, we talked about it.
We talked about it. That's all I want to get into.
I'm not trying to take credit for what you guys said, but it's like...
Go for it.
It's pro day.
It's pro day.
You got scouts there. He's a true freshman throwing passes to guys. These guys are kind of depending their entire future careers on this true freshman throwing them good passes.
And he has not played a single snap of college football. And out of all the players to throw their passes, they have Dylan Raiola, true freshman. And also Danny Kaelin was throwing some as well. But
that's good.
I
I didn't see as many Danny Kaelin highlights.
Yeah.
No offense to him. I don't think he was a priority there. No, but like it doesn't just say. It says a lot about the receivers trusting him, right?
Yeah.
What I like about it is you had him going out there, putting himself out there, knowing full well these eyes are on him, and he's just like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I know that these guys need me to throw them passes. I know that these pro scouts are watching me. Got it. Alpha dog? God, I hope so.
I hope so.
But everything that we've seen so far from him has indicated that.
Well,
is that he's an alpha.
There was no, like it could have hurt his perception,
Right,
people's the way they look at him, like completely. If he's throwing them bad balls and stuff in front of these pro scouts, in front of the media team that's recording all this stuff,
right?
If he's throwing bad balls, like that looks bad.
Dude, can you imagine?
And he walked the walk.
So if you were to throw a bad pass or consistently throw bad passes, that shit wouldn't be coming from the like on-field cameras, right? It would be someone from like an eagle-eye balcony.
Yeah.
And like the caption would read like, "Bruh, what kind of quarterback did we get here?"
Yeah.
Like what we're depending on Matt Rule's depending on this guy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of video that would come out in
And
some like Zapruder film. Probably like 100 feet away.
I did see one of the stupid Iowa accounts grabbed one pass that was a little low or something. Still caught. A little low or something. Yep. Not impressed.
Fraud.
Not impressed. I'm like, shut up, you fucking idiot. So, yeah, that was
It's a good look.
It's a good look.
Again, it helps us with the whole Kool-Aid factor, but it also might hurt us with the Kool-Aid factor.
Yeah. Not sure which yet.
So the bottom line is, come late August, I need Dylan Raiola to be doing the same thing in front of 90,000 red-clad fans.
Yeah.
Versus UTEP.
Well, let's just start with April 27th, spring game. I want to see him throwing passes there. And good balls.
I wonder how many people are going to go to that game.
I'll be there.
So one.
At least one. Yeah, put it in the chat, guys, if you are attending the Nebraska spring game.
So do you think, I mean, look, last year the weather was kind of shitty.
Oh, it was so cold.
They brought out updated Herbie on the motorcycle.
That was the best part of the whole damn thing.
I think it was.
Yeah, the freaking Gatling gun. They unveiled the Gatling gun.
You remember the game though, right?
Yeah, so ugly.
Fumble.
Turnover. I want to see clean football. I do. I don't care. I don't care that it's spring, it's end of spring, whatever.
Right.
No, what that translated to last year was the same thing we saw in the spring game.
Well, yeah, it was
turnover.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it happens in the spring game. You're like,
whatever.
We'll get it cleaned up.
Holy shit.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Again, guys, we pride ourselves on trying to be the people that talk about Nebraska football in a unbiased, reasonable, like, I don't want to say non-Kool-Aid lens, because sometimes we do drink the damn Kool-Aid. But, like, that was an instance where we wrote it off and said, they'll get it cleaned up. But they didn't.
Well, and now...
So I think a lesson that we learned was, hey, maybe the things that we do see in the spring game, maybe there are some things that, like, that's the team. And that's how it's going to be in a few months.
Well, I know it's too early to talk about the spring game, but spring football does start next week.
Yeah.
So let's go around. What's the one thing you're excited to hear and see about in spring?
Well, you can't say Dylan Raiola.
Well, I mean that's the obvious one.
Right.
Is there anything else in addition to Dylan Raiola?
I want to see how these young receivers are going to stack up.
Yeah.
Those receivers they have my eyes.
Yeah.
That's fair. Like, there's a part of me that wants to say defense, but I'm not going to say defense because I hopefully know what I'm getting already.
Yeah.
And so I'm not, like, excited to see this person or whatever. Like, Tony White's been here a year. You know, last year I probably would have said, I want to see Tony White's defense. I want to see if they could stop the run, because that was one of the concerns, and it ended up being a strength. For the sake of being different, I probably would say wide receivers, but I want to see the running back room. Like, where does Emmett Johnson fall?
Yeah, I was going to get to running backs a little bit. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to see which back looks the best. Which one looks the part? Who's going to hold on to the ball? Where is Emmett? Where is Emmett in this whole thing? Does Gabe play? Does Ramir play? Like, all these things. There's a lot of questions at the running back position. We did have a comment in the chat. Would love to see the deep ball in the spring game. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, shit, if you've got more
Lloyd,
speed than you know what to do with Jalen and Malachi, Jamal Banks. I mean, you got all these guys.
Right.
Yeah. Throw it down the field. Show off.
And look,
and we know our DBs are pretty decent. We know our defense is decent. So.
And you know that I think we've seen Dylan Raiola's deep ball. Looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cute.
It looks.
I like to see it.
Effortless.
That's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, but like with the running backs at least. Look, Emmett Johnson had to play due to injuries, and he looked pretty good. Right? He looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think
he's not a guy that you watch and go, "What? Damn it, we have this bum in there."
He's not twitchy though. Like, my thing about Emmett,
you don't think he's? I thought he looked twitchy.
I don't think he's twitchy.
I thought that was the thing that separated him. Was like he was kind of getting. Remember, he was squirting through those holes in Illinois.
I get that, but I'm talking about, like, when I say twitchy, I'm talking about like joystick twitchy, like breaking tackles twitchy.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't have that extra gear that I would want in my running back one.
Right.
Like the separation factor. Like you got to have that extra gear.
Okay, you know what, man? Damn, we talk about the separation factor.
Yeah.
First game of the year at Minnesota, we were there. We saw Gabe Irvin
Get one down.
in limited carries.
Yep.
But, bruh, I know it was one run, but he got a runoff where he hit a gear and it was like, whoa, I didn't know it was that fast.
Yeah.
Like, it was one run. Yes, I know, take it with a grain of salt or whatever, but
And we lost, so who cares? But
right.
yeah.
But I'm just saying in terms of the maybe that speed factor that Emmett doesn't have.
Yep.
And I think Emmett, maybe you're mixing up your twitchy with separation factor. Like I think he's twitchy and has the lateral, but not the.
I don't know.
But with Gabe, he's not the.
No.
He's the.
Yeah.
So there was one run that Gabe had before he got injured. It was like, I think he ran over some dude in the backfield, and then he just took off for the races. He was caught, but look fast as fuck.
Well, I think Dowdle is a name I want to see. He's not going to have that gear though. He's a power back.
Yeah.
But like he looks like a Big Ten back, and that's the guy I'm interested to see is where do the carries go? And obviously, we're not going to talk depth chart in spring for God's sakes, but it's like you kind of get an idea of who they like the most, and based on where they're, who's getting the carries and whatnot, and opportunities. Like when this guy's on the field, are they just having him to pass block, and is he catching passes and whatnot? Watch more like watching for that stuff versus like the amount of carries.
Certain situations.
Yeah, but I want to see Dowdle. I want to see Gabe. Is he going to be back? Is he going to be ready for spring?
Like Ramirez coming back.
Is Ramirez? Where did these guys fit in? We've got all these.
Who's older? Ramir Johnson,
big whale,
or Jeff Gold? Who's older?
Dr. Jeffrey Gold.
Ramir Johnson is Nebraska's next president.
Maybe. I mean,
well, yeah,
I respect the shit out of Ramir though.
Yeah,
the dude has been through some shit, man. He has.
Yeah, I'm just. I know you say you want to get on a depth chart, but it's like, does Emmett Johnson just fall to like fourth again?
That's what I'm saying.
Like he did last year. Because look, the thing about Gabe was no matter what staff it was, he was always the initial RB1.
Yeah.
Both staffs didn't matter. Didn't matter who the running backs coach was. It was Gabe Irvin. He's our horse. We're going with him for 4 carries until some freak injury happens, and then
another one.
The guy, So, is Gabe just number 1 again? Is Dowdle number 1? Ramir, situational. He's not going to be RB1. Situational.
Third down back with Ramir. Like,
hey, another thing too.
Special teams with Ramir.
Yeah, returning kicks. The other thing too, it's like the tight end room.
Yeah.
Fedoni. Raiola's going to need you.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a true freshman.
Porkachur.
Where were you last year?
Carter Nelson maybe getting involved.
Carter Nelson, true freshman. I don't want to expect 30, 40 catches out of you.
Did he early enroll, or is he still in high school?
I believe he's still in high school because remember he was dunking all over people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's state tournament.
Yep.
But like Carter Nelson, like what is that going to look like? Does Borkature like play football? Does he do stuff? And yes, I'm being facetious because damn, where was he last year? So what does a tight end room look like? Too?
Does Heinrich Harburg play tight end?
Like, and again, we're just going pretty much position by position here.
O-line.
O-line. Like, is Donovan going to keep proving that he's a solid O-line coach? Because I think that's kind of what we got last year. That was one of the main takeaways was the O-line got better.
Yeah.
And Donovan proved himself to be a legitimate O-line coach.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they set up that O-line, too. Like, who's going to play tackle? Who's going to play guard? Are they going to move Turner inside?
How's the dude who fought?
Yeah.
The fighting
Mazzucca?
guy. Mazzucca.
Yeah,
Mazzucca.
Mazzucca the Bazooka.
Like, I've heard some sketchy things about that guy. Not going to lie. And I like it when he fights on the field, kind of. It's the Richie incognito factor. But is he bought in? Why hasn't Matt Rule said anything about him?
Well, he called him out publicly.
He literally talked about him.
Yeah.
In a not good way.
Yeah.
So is he bought in? What's that looking like?
Yeah.
Because
There's
when
a
we
lot
got
of
him,
things.
it was like more depth.
Yeah, guard, starting guard, start in the SEC. You can start here, right?
Right.
You think, right? I don't know.
Best conference in America.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah. You know what I'm looking forward to? Let's see how well Tristan Albano kicks the football. Is he gonna get a kick? Anything? Is he gonna make it?
Whoa.
I don't know. Flip a coin.
Hey, come on.
Flip a coin.
I just want a kicker.
I just want a guy who makes more kicks than he misses, right? Is that hard to ask?
Did you forget?
His one
Maryland
long one.
game?
His one long one.
Hey,
But he missed all the 30-yarders all season.
there's got to be something to that where if you're a kicker and you're kicking like a 55-yarder, there's less pressure on you.
Yeah.
Because like if I miss it, it's like because it was a 55-yarder.
Yeah, expected me to miss this.
Get off my ass. But if it's like a 35-yarder, it's like
I gotta make this.
people are gonna think I suck if I miss.
Because you do.
Hey, stop that.
Hey. No, I want him. God, I hope. Maybe I'll freshman getting to learn the ways of football. The uprights are a little skinnier, maybe. I don't know.
Different holder from high school, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he had Marco Ortiz, a guy that's going to the NFL probably as a long snapper.
Right.
So that could have been the issue.
What other comment? Do we have any other noteworthy?
We've got Sam said secondary needs to show up. He also said we don't have any proven safeties. We do. We have Buford. He's back.
Yeah.
He got to play a little bit at the end of last year, four games, and I would imagine he will cement his role as the starting safety back there. And he was good. He was good a couple years ago before he got hurt. And yeah. So I think we've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of ball in just random spots. So yeah. We hope the secondary is not trash, but I think they'll be fine. I trust Tony White.
Trust in Tony.
Yeah.
Tit.
We still tit. We tit for Tony?
Why do we keep hiring people with team names?
Yeah.
I don't know. And most of them stink, except for Tony.
Tony's good.
Troy's good.
We trust in Tony, and we trust in Troy now. Hey, you know what? Shout out Troy. Troy Walters.
God. Hey, NFL, he must be good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
All right. Well, hey, if you guys didn't catch our episode on Monday, we did give our scoring predictions for the basketball game.
Which Kyle will have. He isn't on his phone. I know mine, but
I know mine.
Yeah, I know mine.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's go out on a limb here.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. I think let's see. The game starts at 5:50.
5:50.
I think let's be safe. At 9 p.m., we are in a Memphis jail because we stormed the court and we ran around and the police tackled us on the court because Nebraska got their first ever NCAA tournament winning 71-69. And no, I didn't say 69 because of the nice thing.
It is nice, though.
Yeah.
It is pretty nice. But I'm just saying, 71-69, Nebraska. We get arrested. No Nick Hanley episode next Monday because nobody's bailed us out. Boom.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I'll stay on the 69 train because I had that in my score prediction.
Shoot, motherfucker.
I said that it was going to be 73-69 Nebraska, and I was so tempted to switch my pick to Texas A&M because everybody picked Nebraska. I don't want to shock you guys, but yeah, we picked Nebraska all the way across the board. We're going to Memphis, driving 10 hours. The last time I drove this long for a Nebraska sporting event, we lost 62-3 to Ohio State. The ride home after losing like that sucks ass. Please.
What if Nebraska loses 62-3?
That would be insane. If Nebraska ball loses 62-3,
then I will be in a Memphis jail.
Okay. Hey, another reason why we'll be in a Memphis jail.
Yes.
Because we, I don't know if I should say it.
oh no.
I don't know.
I don't even know where you're going with this.
Well, It's not very classy. We spit on Texas Trev.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's mingling with all the
He's dancing.
Aggie fans. You know, he's doing the stupid sway cult thing. We storm the court. And we just go. Fuck you. You're going to jail, and I'm like,
Yeah.
don't care.
All right.
Worth it.
Hey, goals for the weekend.
Don't get arrested.
Shake Troy's hand
Okay, sure. Get a
And-
pick.
and flip off Texas Trev.
See, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be caught on camera doing this.
Yeah.
So I figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do this. Right here. Just that you know what
I
that
think-
is.
Just gonna
Do we have to
get
go
his
that way?
attention.
I don't know.
Towards Memphis?
Yeah, that was it.
25?
Yep. Hold on, it's rerouting.
Oh.
Yeah, we can reroute. Hey, we're rerouted. We'll be there, guys. Don't worry.
Take exit 26.
Yeah,
Just
this
this
one.
Oh, it's literally just gonna have us move back around.
I figured.
Yeah.
I saw a sign. I'm like, I've been here before.
I think we're
Pretty
going
sure
to Memphis. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Yeah, Memphis.
All right, Connie.
Connor, what was your score prediction?
So I had a little more faith in the offense. I had a Nebraska win. Probably no Memphis jail. They're not ruling it out. But I have Nebraska 82, A&M 75. High scoring game. Who's left?
Right.
High scoring game.
82-75.
82. 75.
Scott said,
Okay.
"Are you back to tit? Are you back to titting?" Yes, we're titting with Troy.
Troy.
Trust in Troy.
Tony.
Troy and Tony. Trust in Troy. Trust in Tony White.
Train. Tony White.
Yep.
And Troy Dannen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
brother.
you got to tit. You got to tit hard. But we're not titting for Texas Trev no more. He earned an extra T in his name. So
How vital could it be for us to pack the stadium and give Dylan some experience in front of 90K noise?
shout out Nick. Nick, I still haven't given the boys all their stuff. It's still sitting on my counter. I kind of forgot on Monday, and then we packed up and went to Memphis today. So, yeah, I got a surprise for him still, though, from Nick. He's freaking awesome. Made us some cool stuff. So,
Yeah, brother.
but
But in terms of your question, Mr. Jindra, right? Oh,
We're gonna go on 64 West.
what? Not this one. Keep going. Yes.
No, that was it.
Could have ripped.
Yeah.
I couldn't have ripped. I'm not gonna rip.
Alright, so
Should we?
you're gonna have to flip around, probably.
yeah, we gotta go a mile down the road.
Okay. Can I just take it right here? Can I just
You
fucking?
can just turn around.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. 80 people watching us get lost in St. Louis.
Hey. East St. Louis.
No, we're in the good part. Look how nice
I
that house
know.
is.
This is crazy.
Look how nice this fucking house is.
That is a nice house.
We're turning around in this person's yard. They think they're so much better than me. Look at that. They got like the roundabout driveway. Wow. Look at you. Oh, you drive a Lexus? Oh, that's nice. We're
In
driving.
East St. Louis, you're gonna get that shit right.
Yeah, drop your score predictions in the chat, guys. There's 81 people in here. I want to see your
Okay.
scoring predictions for the game tomorrow against Texas A&M.
Okay, Connor, I need you.
Thank you.
I need you. Somebody.
Okay.
64 West.
64.
64
No.
west. Yeah, to the left. Yep.
64 West.
Mike.
Sorry, it was the screen was flipping.
You're flipping.
Yep. Like I said, guys, don't be shy. Put your scoring predictions for tomorrow's basketball game in the chat. Comment it. In the meantime,
So yes, it would be nice for the spring game to be a little bit of a foreplay for Dylan.
yeah.
You know, get him warmed up a little bit,
Hey, I'll be
ease
there.
them into it. You know,
I'll be yelling.
a little warm up for the main event.
Absolutely. What else we got, guys? Is there
I don't know.
you guys have any other questions, comments? What do you got, guys? We're on a road trip. We got about 4 hours till we get to Memphis. So I don't think we're going to be staying on this thing for 4 hours. But if the conversation gets good, we maybe will. I don't know.
Well, as soon as we find out where the hell we're going.
Yeah. Our navigator's in the back seat, and he didn't let us get to the exit there. So
Well, I was.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Okay, I'm going over here. Yes?
here.
Yes, oh boy.
How's that? Oh. That was quick.
Literally the worst.
Literally the worst thing.
No, keep it. Just all that. Big nut guy.
Big nut guy.
Yeah, you guys are seeing it.
Yep. All right.
Jesus.
Okay. What is your favorite food in a arena? What do you
Listen, I'm a pretzel guy, man. Give me some pretzels.
What do you got? What do you have to get in an arena? Go to. I think the easiest one for me.
Come on, go.
Is I love, if the price is right, I love an ice cold beer.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean that's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say
I'm a
beer.
standard popcorn guy.
I don't like popcorn. I'm not a big popcorn
I
guy.
don't know.
I love popcorn. It's an easy
Well,
song.
popcorn is so hit or miss, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
still gonna
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah, drop in the chat. What is your go-to arena food? And then we'll flip it and say, what's your go-to ballpark food?
Dude, I mean pretzel with cheese. I mean, look, I'm
At the ballpark?
and hot dog with mustard, baby. Big mustard guy. I love mustard. The more mustard, the better. The spicier, the better. Big
Yes.
mustard guy.
We are
Did you reveal yours? You said beer, and that's
a
not.
beer.
Which I guess
I'm a big like fries. I love fries.
You're a fries guy.
Yeah, I like fries.
You put shit on it. You putting cheese on it? Or
Yeah, it's like if they offer it, I'll dip in the cheese a little bit. We got 11 miles till South 55, exit 1A, exit 1A, exit 1A.
Exit
Yeah.
one.
Tell them. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Scott put in there. So Sam said cheeseburger. Yeah, cheeseburger's a go-to.
Cheeseburger.
I like that.
I've never gotten like a cheeseburger at a game.
Well, I do when they're Omaha steak burgers. Absolutely, I'll get them.
Yeah, they probably cost $20.
No, they're not too bad. 14. But okay. Scott said, "Did you think getting Troy was a big blue blood move? Stealing an AD from a runner-up football champion seems like a statement."
But again, we got to reiterate the Washington thing.
Scott, in case you aren't aware, Troy was not there. He did not hire Kalen DeBoer. He was only there since October.
Right.
With that being said, yes, I think that's just part of the business now. Like, think about it. Ted Carter, Ohio State took our president, Ted Carter. They poached him. You know what Ted Carter did? He went and poached Texas A&M's AD. You know what Texas A&M did? They went and poached Texas Trev. Brought him right to where he needed to be.
That's right.
And then you know what we do? We go and we poach our AD from Washington, who just got there. Because obviously if Washington liked him, might have been a pretty good hire. I don't know.
Yeah, and you talk about blue blood move.
I love flexing the blue blood status when you can.
The ultimate blue blood move is getting burned from Alabama. That would have been
like
But
slap your dick on the table.
That would have been, But look, when we talk about 80s, I was getting into an argument with one of those cultists from College Station about Texas Trev. And they brought up a point.
You got 11 miles.
I think it's less than that now. They brought up a point about athletic directors. And not just athletic directors. Pretty much anybody in college athletics. All anybody is anymore is a mercenary.
Yep.
Like, to hell with, I used to play there in the 90s. To hell with my name's on the stadium. To hell with all that. It's either money or like eventual money and power.
Yep.
What move is going to get me where I ultimately want to go?
That's Trev in a nutshell there.
And look at it, and if you're Dannen, it's a lateral move, just like Trev to A&M was a lateral move on paper, but he has loftier expectations for himself.
Yep.
And goals. With Dannen, why did he choose Nebraska over Washington? Well, he's going to say it's closer to his home, which is Iowa. And I think on paper, as bad as the football program has been, it is a step up from Washington in terms of the financial backing and all of that stuff. And again, if you make it work here, you are a hero. I don't even know, to what extent you're a hero.
I don't either, though, because he didn't hire the coach. It's like all the coaches in place were hired by.
Oh no, we'll still love him though, because he's.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, when you come to a place like this, if it doesn't work, we hate you. You're the worst. You're the dumbest person alive. If you do make it work, we love you forever. Tom Osborne, goated, you'll never die. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, no, just like, whereas at Washington, like, cool. They don't care as much. They just don't. They don't have the passion and the. How many Washington fans would do something like this? Drive 10 hours, risk their lives doing a freaking live, getting lost, getting in a car accident.
Didn't do that last part.
Scott said Doc had a good interview with Troy on the last pod. Yeah,
that was trippy. I was watching it live, and just all of a sudden, like, wait, is this real? Is this Troy? And I'm like, oh shit, they actually got him.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It was a cool moment.
Yeah. Friends with Travis Justice, so that helps. Like he and Travis Justice is my aunt's cousin. So fun fact.
We've had him on the pod twice.
Yeah.
And
Travis is fun.
He's told us how good of an operation we have.
Yep.
Which is nice coming from him. He's been in the business a long time.
Yep.
We just gotta get the doc.
Yeah, gotta get Doc on one of these days.
What else you got, man? Anything? I need to scroll. I don't know.
No, there's nothing. Like, this is the newest thing goes on the bottom. We need more comments, guys. Throw some comments out there. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Is there anything that worries you about Nebraska football this year? Is there?
Oh, plenty.
Who's an all-time guest that we have to get on this podcast? Put it in there.
It's a good question. You know, who would be the ultimate get?
Who would?
Of course, Rule would be cool, but
well, yes. What former player would you need to have on?
Put me on the spot.
And we can even say dead or alive, whatever.
Oh, I got mine.
Okay. Once I said that, I got you instantly.
Got it.
Okay.
Broderick Thomas. He would be my
Sandman.
Like if I were to interview him, I would die happy. The Sandman. Because again, we talked about with Trev on Monday. When you watched Broderick Thomas, these guys were hellacious on the field, man. They were wreckers of the highest order. You watch players nowadays, and it's like they are not of the same breed. These guys are different breeds.
You want to hear who mine is? And it goes back to a different breed. In a different
French.
way. No, mine would be Lawrence Phillips.
Oh, jeez. I don't think he'd say much.
I don't know. I would love to just pick his brain. I know he's dead.
Right,
I said dead or alive.
You're supposed to laugh.
I
So you don't say much. Listen, I think it was funny.
No,
Lawrence Phillips.
I think that would be interesting.
Hey, what went wrong?
What went wrong?
What's wrong with you?
Like, we know that he's just wired differently. So, like,
different cat.
Yeah.
He'd probably kill us.
I did try to get Thunder Collins on our podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I literally reached out to the jail and everything. Never got back. The prison. Tecumseh.
Hey,
That's
listen,
where it's at.
we hate doing Zooms, but
yeah,
prison calls we're down for.
Well, no, I don't care. We'll go to Tecumseh, but you have to make sure he's strapped to the chair so he can't get me.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
That's...
Or behind the glass, and we'll just put the microphone up to the glass.
You think of like modern players like Sue, of course.
And Dominican Sue would be cool.
Do you have anybody in mind, Connie?
I was thinking Sue.
Yeah.
I just a lot of like the players that I would love to be able to talk to. We had a chance to. Like,
yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of guys, even ones that maybe haven't came on the podcast, but being able to even be in the same room as some of the people is kind of cool. So,
I think if you say someone like Sue, it kind of comes off as like a cop out because he's just so well known.
Yeah.
And that's like the first thing that comes to mind. But it's like, who are the deep cuts, the gems of the past couple of years or whatever that
let's talk about none of the spotlight. But we've had so many offensive linemen come on and they have the best freaking stories. Like,
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we do it.
Like, getting Dom Raiola would be pretty cool.
Dom would be cool.
I don't know.
Here's another one. Richie Incognito.
Oh,
That would be a fun
All
interview.
right, that's probably my
again, I'm also worried
One.
he might try to kill us.
jump off the cliff because I'm happy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Different breed.
Different breed.
You said 1A, right?
1A.
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 8 miles away.
1.8 miles. So I will give over.
Is Casey a lock for Nebrasketball Hall of Fame, or will he need a tournament win? Let me put it this way. I don't know if he's a lock for it, but if he gets a tournament win, his jersey's getting hung in the rafters.
Yes. Fred Hoiberg, Casey Tominaga,
Statue
outside PBA, just like Osborne Behringer.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in.
Like, and I hate the fans that be like, oh, is that what we set our standards that low? You just win one tournament game, you can compare it to national titles? No, yes.
Yeah.
We are the worst Power 6 basketball program ever. So yes.
I don't think that's really. I don't think there's people out there that really grasp that.
No, they don't, because they compare basketball to football. It's not the same. Like, we are that bad at basketball. Oh, we were good in the 90s. No,
We weren't.
not really.
How many tournament games they win?
Right.
They won games, yes.
They went to, like, I think it was either 3 or 4 in a row in the 90s.
Yeah, and how many wins do they have?
They were like the Buffalo fucking Bills, the Jim Kelly.
No, because at least Jim Kelly won in the playoffs.
That's fair.
No, we have not done that. We've never won in the playoffs.
And guys, like, they've been playing basketball for a really long time.
Yep.
We're talking well over 100 years. And the fact that they've never won one game is
Statistically improper.
I was going to save this question for tomorrow.
okay. Now, I'm gonna hit 1A.
1A.
Yep.
I'm watching. And then I think we're straight on just
Okay.
all the way down.
You're saving it
Yeah.
for tomorrow, but you're gonna ask it now.
Yeah, because we can ask it again tomorrow. We need shit to talk about tomorrow, too. For those of you in here, we are going live tomorrow from Albies. No, wait. What is it? Alfred's?
South Memphis.
South Memphis. Alfred's on Beale.
Alfred's on Beale. From 12 to 2. So if you want to pop in and listen to us, we'll be live on here. And we'll be live at the bar itself. So if you are in Memphis, swing by, say hi. Give a shit. We don't care.
Boo us.
Okay, but as far as the question goes, what is your first Nebrasketball memory?
First Nebrasketball memory.
Yeah.
I will go back to the Dannen Center, and it's not pro Nebrasketball. It's kind of anti. My brother is I guess. I don't think he's as much. Was a KU fan. And so
Loser.
I remember going to Dannen Center, watching Keith Langford. Marcus. I forget his other name. I just remember Keith Langford in those like extra long basketball shorts that went down past the knee.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Nebrasketball lost because that's on brand.
It's the right move.
So that's like kind of my first memory. So I think it's pretty fitting that my first Nebrasketball memory was not a win, because that just kind of encapsulates the whole thing, right?
Connor, what's your first Nebrasketball memory?
So I never, growing up, I never got to go to Nebrasketball games. So the first Nebrasketball game I ever went to was the most memorable, and that was No Sit Saturday.
Yeah.
And it was absurd how electric it was.
Is that when you became a famous GIF?
Yeah, it was.
Was that the game?
Yeah.
Was that the game?
That was. And I remember thinking at that time, it's like, is this really what it's like to be in Nebraska at these games? And boy, was I so wrong.
Yeah.
And I still keep coming back.
Hey man,
Yeah.
this year
This year's been fun.
PBA was.
I missed 3 games this year. That's it. I got my money's worth.
Yes,
By
you
the way,
did.
13 miles, exit 180.
180.
So I think my first Nebrasketball moment, I think of names like Ade Daganduro. I think of Cookie Miller. I think of playing Connor's cousin Jake We had NCAA basketball on the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Sure.
I'd go over to his house and we'd play. We'd play Dynasty and franchises and shit. We'd stay up all night playing that kind of shit. So that was like my first thing.
First memory.
Yeah. But my dad, I never went to a basketball game until after college. No, I take that back. I think I went to one at the Dannen with Jake. But like, my dad doesn't watch basketball, so I didn't really get exposure to watching Nebraska basketball much until I kind of did it on my own. And now I see some tickets and I go to all again. So,
Self-taught.
Yeah. So I taught myself how to watch losing basketball.
Yes, I mean, it's been painful.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been a lot of, I don't know if suffering is the word.
It's not suffering.
Because it's not suffering.
Because we were playing football at the time too. Like,
yeah.
Most of our childhood and everything, like, we always won at football. So it just kind of like, it wasn't like a priority. But then once you lose in football, you need something to grab onto.
Right.
And you try to grab on a basketball season and it does the same shit to you.
Most years, when we reach this time of year, and yeah, we've talked a lot about it in the car today, but in most other years, we are not talking basketball at all.
In March? No.
If anything, we are like forcing the football conversation because there's nothing else to freaking talk about.
Yeah.
Or like even baseball, like 2021 was fun, but like other than that, it's just like, But this year they're doing good.
Yeah.
But usually when we hit this time of year, there's no basketball talk because there's nothing to talk about.
Validity is the word.
What?
Futility. Whoops.
That's a good word. Futility.
Yeah. Futility. Yeah.
Futile.
Yeah. Nick said, "What new tradition would you like to see started? Something during pregame, tailgate, during games, etc."
Tradition.
A tradition.
Well,
I don't know. That's a good question. Connor, any traditions that you'd like to see or that maybe other schools do that we don't do? That's really cool.
I know we kind of do it, and I know, like, we've said this before, but bring back Let Me Clear My Throat, please. Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it's
I should.
so much better.
Yeah, that's an easy one, I guess. Is bringing back stuff that maybe we did in the past that we don't do anymore.
like, okay, is this kind of where we talk about? All right, so growing up on like Thursday nights, college football would be on, and sometimes a team that I kind of have a soft spot for, Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, Virginia, Frank Beamer, Enter Sandman, that whole entrance.
Yeah.
Like, I just recall watching those games. There's like 50,000 people there, but it's insane.
Yeah.
And so it just gets you thinking about our entrance. And our entrance is cool.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking off rhythm, right? Clapping. Fun, it's something to laugh. But like, do we stick with serious?
Yes.
Or
yeah.
you like
I like serious.
You're not like either way. Like,
no, I like serious.
Okay.
I like serious. I hated when Scott Fuck changed it to.
It was like that.
No, it was AC/DC.
Was it?
Yeah, he changed it to AC/DC. What was it?
Well, it wasn't Thunderstruck.
Yeah, it was Thunderstruck.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Are we sure?
Pretty sure.
I could have sworn it was serious, but like a different, just a different revised version of it.
No, so what they did.
Maybe that was a spring game or something. I don't know.
No, so they started serious, like the dong,
Right.
and then it rolled into Thunderstruck.
Really?
Yeah. And it was awful.
It was awful. And look,
here's a tradition that I want to see brought back. Winning.
Yeah, I like that.
So traditionally, we won games a lot. And once we went away from that tradition, things have sucked ass. So the one tradition I want them to bring back, number one, win football games.
Well, here's the thing, right? The reason why, who asked that question?
That was Nick.
Nick, the reason why you asked that question is because they're not winning.
Yeah.
If we were going to bowl games regularly, God, that's such a little bar. Oh my God. I don't think you'd be asking us what new traditions. Because, like, we would have the W's to be satisfied by.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't want to be changing a whole lot. And so when you start losing a lot, you start to think, all right, what do we need to change up here?
Yeah.
Because what we're doing right now just ain't working.
You want to hear something fun?
Sure.
Colorado comes into town next year, right to Memorial Stadium, and one tradition that we could do, that would be probably just a one-game thing. We could sacrifice a buffalo at the 50.
Oh shit! What? 180, right?
180.
Okay, we still have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 miles.
I'm sure the sign will say Memphis.
No, it says Memphis.
Oh.
It says Z to Memphis.
Oh. All right. Well, there's that.
New tradition.
New tradition. All jokes aside, yeah.
Like, you think of entrances, it's like, you know, Clemson is cool, but like we're not going to build a hill. Like, I don't want to copy off some.
You know, I will say, so I've been to 9 of the Big Ten stadiums.
Michigan was boring.
Wisconsin was cool. The jump around thing was cool.
Sure.
We jumped. The light, some sort of tradition that if it's daytime or nighttime, you can still execute it.
Right.
Because the light show and the drones and all that shit is cool as hell. But you can't do that, and you can't get the same and believe it or not, when you suck, you don't really get a lot of night games. So I would say finding some sort of jump around, something that gets the stadium going,
the
re-energize.
What about the wave?
No, we don't have any children's hospitals nearby. So
We could build one.
No, not that. I mean,
No, yeah, he was
Crap,
talking about like the raise your arms. Yeah.
no, we need something.
yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
I don't
that
want- I do not want to do that. I'm
Oh
joking.
yeah.
I fucking hate it when people do it because you're not watching the game.
Wait,
Wave, just think
pass one.
the night, whatever. Now that they kind of like, yeah, that's gonna look cool, like they did with volleyball night.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll look cool. But again, like during the day, like what do you do? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need a tradition. Maybe this is what we need to get this going. We've got ADs. We got a new AD. You know, put your mark on it. Let's do something. Lift your leg.
I don't like change.
Yeah, no. Let's have a new tradition, and maybe it's get rid of the stupid. Nick loves this one. The stupid. Oh no, Nick is not. Nick doesn't love this one. Different. Get rid of the stupid.
What? Hazard ahead half a mile. I don't know what it is.
Scarlet of the Cream song. Get rid of that shit. What's it called?
Killigans.
Killigans, yeah. Get rid of that stupid song. Put in the chat if you like.
You like the Killigans?
Do you like the Killigans, Scarlet and the Cream
You like
song?
Come Running Boys?
Come a Running Boys. Do you like that song? Put in the chat, yes or no.
Listen, I'm about as Irish as it gets, and I have. I'm not saying I go to Spotify to look up like those kind of bands, right? Like the Pogues. I'm sure some have heard of the Pogues before. I like that kind of music sometimes, but the Killigans just doesn't pump me up. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
No, it makes me feel like a freaking.
We're gonna get kind
Hick.
of slow here.
Oh, hello.
Bunch of traffic.
All right, we're good. Hold on to your butts.
Hello.
Yeah, there's a bunch of traffic for
You ever seen Seinfeld?
11 minutes.
You ever seen Seinfeld, Mike? Where he does it to a lady and she's like,
Oh.
All right, that's our exit coming up.
Right there.
Okay, good.
okay.
Get over after this Mercedes. You think you're better
Hey
than
guys,
me? Hey, you think you're better than me?
for the people watching, would you do a live stream and fucking drive at the same time? Probably not.
We've got 84 people in here, and I don't think any of the 84 would actually do a live stream for 2 hours.
Is that how long we've been going?
Yeah. That means you have another hour driving.
That's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I think you like driving. I think you like being in control.
No, I don't.
I feel
Because
comfortable.
we just ran into, what was a half hour back?
That stresses you out.
I got pissed off.
Well, I'd have my phone as the GPS, but we're all live on it. So
So we got 84. It's not bad.
yeah, 84 people in
What's
here.
up, 84 people?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here.
We need more than Scott.
Hey,
and
here's an idea.
Nicholas.
Because
Go for it.
I feel like we have 84 people in here that are shy. Put a comment in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you listening from? And you can even do it as simple as I'm watching from work. I'm doing this, whatever. Or where do
On
you
the
live?
Turlet.
Where do you live? Is this the first time you've listened to us? Put some stuff in the chat. Let's keep engagement going
Do you
because
hate us?
we've got another 3 hours of driving.
How many of you are hate watching us?
Yes. How many of you are Iowa fans?
Because you hate hearing the truth, so you hate us. Huh? What do you think?
Nick, get them started. We have 88 people in here. Throw in the chat, where are you from?
Right.
Where are you listening from? Have you listened to us before?
I think that's a pretty simple thing to put in the chat, right?
Yeah, like don't be scared.
So if we don't get 87 responses, let's go. Come on.
I mean, here's the thing. We are a very interactive show. So,
We love the love, we love the hate.
Yeah.
So no matter what you give us, we will embrace it and love you.
Yep.
Or love to hate you.
86 people. The numbers are going down. They're like, no, I'm too scared to put it in the chat.
Yeah, I don't. You're asking too much of me. Connor.
It's now saying 250 miles. We're staying on 55 south.
So we're not getting off here now?
I think this is what we're meant to be doing.
Connor, can I ask a favor?
Yes.
I have in the plastic bag a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Not my car.
King. Gracias.
Ben likes that terrible song.
Oh, Ben, come on, Ben.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't think he's in here, but
Listen, the Killigans are local.
So yes, get off here or no get off?
It's saying stay on 55 south.
That's not what we're doing.
Well, we've got 8 minutes of this.
How many of you in the 85 people watching have driven to Memphis before?
Yeah.
Or someplace like that? Or maybe where's the furthest that you've traveled for a Husker game?
Yeah.
This is going to be the furthest I've traveled for a Husker game. Football or basketball.
Yeah, I think Ohio.
Ohio's yours?
Yeah, Ohio State. That was the longest drive. It's also why I've never been to Penn State. One, because we've only played there one fucking time since we joined the Big Ten.
Two, I guess it's 20 hours away.
Yeah, and there's no good way to get there. You have to drive 20 hours, or you have to fly into Pittsburgh.
Rent a car.
To fly into Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, and you have to rent a car and then drive the rest of the way.
Because State College is it's hidden.
Yes.
I heard it's backwoods.
I'd say just stay on here, I guess.
Yeah,
You want to just get over
at some
point.
I don't know why it said the exit, and then when we got the exit late, it was that might here.
He's like, nah.
Well, guys, one of the first things
Fly
that
to
we'll do.
DC. I'll pick you up.
You're in DC? Dang, Jindra.
He's in Virginia.
So one of the first things that we're gonna do, people watching, is we're gonna try to find some good barbecue.
Yes. Memphis barbecue.
We've heard of a place called Rendezvous, which we.
Get for the semi-truck.
Huh?
Get for the semi-truck.
Bruh,
Maybe.
seriously?
Nah. That's fine. You can if you want.
Can I get us killed?
But you can.
Maybe he'll.
I don't think he's
Be
going to let
nice.
you
Gonna be nice. Can we get in? Can't see you. Get tinted windows.
Just fucking scoot in there and say fuck it.
Just scoot it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can find someone from Nebraska. Nope.
Yeah. Is there any stadiums that you guys, like, it's on your bucket list you have to go to? And it doesn't even have to be college football, I guess.
I'm just trying. I don't want to get us killed.
Just scoot in front of this guy right here. Oh, right now. Scoot up. Get in front of the semi-truck.
Oh my
In
God.
front of the semi-truck. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh, send it.
Guys, we got it.
Let's go.
Hopefully that was the right move.
Well, it's 250 miles. You can't really fuck it up.
I got fucked up. Things are up.
Oh, hey, G, I think I see what's slowing us down up there.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, so we're stuck in traffic right now. This is the slowest we've gone since we left Omaha.
Well, 1 o'clock. Where are we? What city?
Peevely?
Something like that. There's a sign for La Pachanga.
Yeah, those boys.
Pachanga.
Pachanga. I feel like that's a mix of a chimichanga and a
Pachanga.
something else. Huh. Speaking of that, I'm gonna.
Speaking of what?
I gotta
because
get the jacket off.
turn this off.
What?
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be in stop and go, yeah.
Rolling down the windows. It's pretty nice out.
That is nice.
Beautiful outside when you're stuck in traffic.
Cannabis dispensary.
Nice. It's called North.
North with NORF. North.
North.
Did you ask a question?
Yeah. So, what's your bucket list stadium that you'd
stadium.
want to go to?
Any stadium. Right?
Any stadium, any sport.
Oh,
I'd
any
say
sport.
NCAA specifically?
Any sport.
I mean, we could do that, or you could say, like, if you want to go NFL or whatever, too, you could throw that in there.
Right now, for college football, I'm probably going to say Death Valley at a night game.
LSU, yeah. It's a good answer. That's a good answer.
For the NFL, been to a few. One I have not been to, I'd like to see the Black Hole out in Vegas.
Yeah, the Allegiant Stadium. Yeah, that place looks cool.
Well, I've been to Arrowhead, so that's...
I think if you want to go NFL, I'd say I'd want to go to Lambeau.
I've been to Lambeau. It's very cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
And was a good choice.
We got to get over.
Yep. If I could get right in there, but...
Just cut him off, too. Yeah, Lambeau. Okay, Scott said, Boyd County, Nebraska. Come a running song.
Boyd.
Good for tailgate background music. Horrid in the fourth quarter. Drove to Bloomington, Indiana. Yeah.
That's a Nebraska move right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Did we win that game, Scott? Because
if so, do that every time.
Yeah. If so, you need to start driving to Memphis now. Because I don't remember the last away game that I've attended. Actually, I do know. It was Northwestern. Years ago. And I go to at least one away game a year. So,
it's Lincoln East.
Yeah. So all the way from Boyd County, Nebraska, Scott is listening to us. Shout out, Scott.
I like how you said it with that podunk accent.
Yeah.
Boyd County, the gate.
I didn't do it that bad.
He took his job in Boyd County.
Boyd County, Nebraska. Yeah, we've got 87 people in here. If you're just joining us, tell us where you're listening from. Throw it in the chat. Don't be shy. So far, Nick and Scott and Nate, those are the people that are keeping the conversation going. Keep it going. And Nick and Scott, just keep going. Keep firing things in there.
Any news happening?
No, I'm trying to find something
on Twitter or anything?
Dude, I haven't looked at my phone in an hour or 2 hours.
Well, you have been looking at it.
Yeah, I'm just not anything else.
Is anything cool happening?
Yeah.
We're
going to a game tomorrow. Kind of cool.
Yeah. God dang. You go for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna interview some Texas A&M people. We got to ask them questions like, "Do you know who your new AD is? Do you know the name of your new athletic director?
And why do you hate him so much?
Or-
No. They're gonna love him. He's a
They're
true,
gonna
he's a
love
true act man.
Yeah, Agman.
He's an act man.
I did run into a guy at the gym. I see him there every morning, and he didn't know I did a podcast. And I somehow got the topic of
You
the
told him.
podcast, right? I told him we do a podcast, and he's like, "Oh, really? What's it called?" I was like, "Whatever." I tell him, "No Block, No Rock." He's like, "Okay, I'll have to follow it on Twitter or whatever." I was like, "Let me ask you this: did you see the video that went out yesterday? That was Trump talking about Trev Alberts?" And he says, "Yeah, I saw that." I said, "That was from our account." That's the one. Just go follow that account.
You know what's really frustrating?
Yeah.
You see all those people like it, and they don't fucking follow you.
They like it, or the amount of people that viewed it and didn't like it.
Hell.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all just libs.
If you like the content, follow the account.
They're all just libs.
Yeah. I feel like that's just common courtesy.
Come on, guys.
Yep. So we got a little accident up here. Of course, we'll have all the rubberneckers up here that'll slow us down. See what happened. Look at that. A red cop. Or is it a firefighter? Firefighter.
Shot
Yeah. Man, that little accident did all that?
Yeah, luckily it looks like nobody was hurt. It didn't look like any damage.
Oh, that car got hit too. 3 car
Yeah,
accident.
it looks like it was just a fine.
All right, what's the next? This is just for 500
248 miles.
500 miles.
Like we are going to go straight on this until we arrive in Memphis.
All right. Jared's got 258 more miles to go. Woo!
Yep, Mike's gonna make me do it. He sure will. What else? What are we looking forward to in Memphis, huh? I mean, what's the thing, right? Besides the game.
Yeah.
Is it as simple as barbecue?
Barbecue.
Memphis. Are we going to Graceland? Are we doing that whole shit?
Oh, we don't have time for that shit.
Aw.
I don't think we do.
Sorry, Tobias, if you're watching. We should go to Graceland. I don't know if we're gonna do that, buddy. God, what are you doing?
Just getting some cold air blowing in here a little bit. Oh, here we go. Scott. Yes, we beat Indiana. It was Mike's second to last year. Tommy was quarterback. We were up 17-0 at half. Then it became a close game. My dad, mom, and I ended up on ESPN. Hell yeah.
That was the game where Brandon Riley had that cool catch on the ground.
B. Riley. That's our boy.
Glorified 5th member.
Yeah, he comes on once a season, no fuss.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. Yeah, we've got 86 people in here.
Joe Bob's.
Show Bob's. Who said that?
I did. Joe Bob's of a Jen. No. We are not that type of podcast.
Yeah.
What else? Come on, Mike. You're the content.
Dude, I've been thinking of everything so far.
What would Kyle Byers want? We're doing this in his memory. May he rest in peace. Kyle Byers.
Let's see.
What's your favorite Little Debbie? Oatmeal cream pie.
No,
Double decker.
double decker. Jared's gonna have 4 deckers of cream pie.
Fill me up.
Then we'll have to stop back in Missouri.
Damn. Well, how about this? Has anyone not been to a Waffle House? Me.
You've never been to a Waffle
Never
House?
been to a Waffle House.
Man, that's because you didn't come to my wedding. We went to Waffle House every morning.
Well, when you were in freaking Florida.
Yeah, Waffle House. Like,
Never been there.
so freaking good.
Waffle House is great for when you're hungover and you need a place to.
No,
crash
Waffle
dinner.
House is great no matter what. No, it doesn't matter the condition of you or whatever. And know it when you walk into Waffle House, it's going to be the dirtiest place, but you're going to have the best food. Dirty, the employees will hate you, and I don't care. The food is fantastic.
A couple fights.
Yes. Yeah. Waffle House should sponsor our podcast. I could talk good things about Waffle House all day, every day.
Make a call.
I got to
Let's
give
go.
them a call. Waffle House.
We don't have any,
We don't have any in Nebraska in general.
Nebraska. What's
Well,
up with that?
you should have.
What is up with? And we don't have a White Castle. I've been
Yeah.
to White Castle once, and that was in Indiana.
There is a White Castle in Memphis as well. So if you want honestly, White Castle sucks ass.
No, you said he's been to White Castle.
Yeah, I know, but it sucks.
You think so?
But it's like a good.
It's a novelty.
No, it sucks ass.
Man.
They're shitty, slimy, freaking sliders. They suck.
You said slimy like it's a bad thing.
It sucks.
I like it slimy, baby.
Throw it in the chat. Do you guys like White Castle? And do you like Waffle House?
Dude, feed me says the Waffle House connoisseur.
Because the food is
Yeah,
good.
because it's not slimy at Waffle House either.
No, the food is fantastic. The waffle is perfect. You get peanut butter chocolate chips on it. Fantastic. Just peanut butter chips.
Does it just come with that, or did you ask for it?
You asked for them specifically, and they put them on there, and they melt. And oh my god! And it's not like a Belgian waffle. It's not like a big fat one. It's like a flat, perfect waffle.
So it's like a pancake.
It's like a pancake, but a waffle, and it's way better. Look at that. They got mountains.
I don't think it's a mountain. It's a cliff.
It's a cliff. All right. Who is your favorite Nebraska quarterback?
Jesus.
Throw it in the chat. Who is your favorite Nebraska quarterback? And this will probably tell your age.
Like of all time?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm not gonna say Frazier because that's just. Well, I think the most interesting would be Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
Just because, like, what is Nebraska known for? Running the football. You bring in Bill Callahan, and you change everything. One of my fond memories was watching Nebraska at Texas A&M.
Maurice Purify
in 2006
in the rain.
Yep, he catches that nice little ball in the end zone.
That was so cool.
I remember the Alamo Bowl versus Michigan. Almost gave up a touchdown at the end. That was fun.
Mike says, "Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining." Mike says, "Not Crouch." Okay.
Not Crouch.
Mike, if it's not Crouch, who is your favorite Nebraska quarterback?
Honestly,
say hi to your
I
family.
have to say Crouch.
Yeah, Crouch is up there.
Yeah, Crouch was like my first quarterback of memory, like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm gonna say it.
Jamie says, "I love Kellogg's Hail Mary." Hey, shout out Jamie. Yes, RK3. That was fun. Yeah.
RK the third.
Yeah. Ron Kellogg the third.
But when I think of Eric Crouch, right? A white kid from Millard making people look ridiculous.
You are
Making
not
D1
wrong.
athletes look like toddlers out on the field, man. And except for Miami, of course, but that's a whole different thing. But for the most part, the dude was just an athletic freak. He was from Miller, and he won the Heisman. He's from Miller.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
I wish he would have won something more significant. But, like you said, kind of the first, and then of course you got Black 41 flash reverse pass, which is cool. When he catches that pass against OU.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
The run against Missouri. Ugh. Sick.
Favorite quarterback, I would say Joe Gans is one of my favorite quarterbacks. Sure. Joe Gans was just head down, gritty. Not the most naturally gifted guy, athletically, whatever. The guy just did everything that he probably wasn't supposed to do. He did.
Just imagine if he would have gotten playing time earlier.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Imagine.
Or if you put him on the 09 team. Oh,
Yeah.
dang it.
Yeah.
Any quarterback on the 09.
Joe Gans. Joe Gans is probably one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Sure,
I mean,
sure,
Crouch
sure.
was good. Tommy Armstrong was entertaining. Taylor Martinez was obviously entertaining.
Taylor
Was must-watch TV,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
early
Come
on.
on, man.
I mean, he was one of those guys that, gosh, you knew something was going to happen.
Yep.
And he made shit happen.
God damn it. Another guy that made D1 athletes look silly with his athleticism.
Yeah.
His team magic.
Yeah.
It was just so roller coastery with him, though, you know?
Yeah.
He would win the 9 games a year. You know, it was the
Yeah.
Pelini thing.
Jamie says, he stressed me, though. Yeah.
Yeah. 9 games a year, get that dub. But those other, like, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
God, he might be. Shit. Damn. Like, if you think about it, they're kind of running quarterbacks as, besides Zach Lee, besides Tanner Lee, not bad.
Zach Lee wasn't bad.
09.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't bad, though. Like, he was fine.
He was cool at Missouri. He had some cool passes in the rain.
He was fine. He wasn't great.
And fucking Sam Keller.
Sam Keller. Who's your least favorite
There you go.
quarterback?
Sam Keller. There you go.
Is it Sam Keller?
Yes.
Is that an easy one?
I don't know. I see Tanner Lee throwing 2 sixes against Northern Illinois.
God, that one was bad. Tanner Lee sucked.
Sticks with me.
He sucked.
Guess where he came from?
Too
Tulane!
Too late.
Oh no. Trustin Tanner! Ted!
Troy!
Trustin Tanner!
Oh,
God. Trustin Taylor.
Least favorite.
Least favorite Husker. Troy Trev.
Yeah.
Trev.
My least favorite Husker is Texas Trev Alberts.
Jesus.
My least favorite one. Never watched him play in person with my own eyes, and then I watched him screw us over with my own eyes. So no lube.
Straight in there.
Texas Trev.
Pain.
What's your guys' nicknames for Trev Alberts? Do you guys have any nicknames? I think our go-to so far is Texas Trev.
Just adopt ours, guys. Ours
Yeah.
is the best.
Texas Trev, Tiny Trev, Trav. Was it Trav Alberts was kind of funny. Trav Alberts was funny. Throw it in the chat. What is your new nickname for former athletic director Texas Trev Alberts?
Tiny Trevor.
Tiny Trevor.
Jesus.
Oh,
Are you
man.
taking Tiny Trevor or are you taking Steely Dannen? Steely Troy Dannen. God.
Yeah.
I don't know. 88.
Yeah. Still 88 people
Why?
in here watching us.
Why?
Oh, man.
What do you guys want us to talk about? Come on.
I know. I'm trying to get people to engage in the chat. Get in the chat. Tell us what you want. Let's get a topic going. Let's get lots of comments.
But don't say something that we've already talked about.
You can. I don't care.
Which was already... Shit, we've been live for 2.5 hours. We probably talked about it already.
AD, yes, we hired a new athletic director. Yes, we got a new president potentially. Dr. Jeffrey Gold.
Old gold.
He's very old.
He's very smart, supposedly.
Big brain. Hey, that's the first time that's happened today.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Jen.
Yep. 89 people. If you're just joining us, if you don't already, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. If you subscribe on YouTube, if we get to 1,000, 3 of the 4 guys are getting tattoos. It's going to be really cool.
Why are you being a bitch about that? Why are you being such a little bitch about it? Just a tiny tat. It's just a tiny tat.
I'm not a big fan of needles.
Jesus Christ. You're going to start that whole discussion?
Are you?
Are you in? Okay, who's anti-vax on the chat?
Oh, not that.
Oh, what?
That's not what I was
That's
talking
not what we're saying.
That's not where I was going
Yeah,
with
was
that.
you're anti-vax, buddy.
I mean, I don't have it. That's not why. That's why I don't get the flu shot.
Scared of needles.
I'm not scared of them. I'm not a big fan of them.
Just don't look at it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, you better overcome your fear. You look.
Yeah, we'll see.
Where are you gonna get yours, Connie? Your tat.
I'm taking my arm.
Bicep,
Yeah.
tricep, bicep.
I like inside bicep, maybe. I don't know. Everyone's
No
got
block,
something
no
about
rock. No block, no rock.
On the no block, no rock. Right.
it. Maybe a tramp stamp. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Just right on the neck.
Does anybody want to get a NBNR tramp stamp tattoo? It would be really cool.
Take one, take a picture, send it to us. We'll put it on the socials.
Yeah. If anybody gets an NBNR tramp stamp, like a real one, we'll make it our profile picture.
Jeez. We actually might do that. Oh my.
It would be awesome. Make sure your alignment is all good before this.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You ain't wrong.
Why do you say that?
Nate, I didn't know Nate was still in here. He's been so quiet. Come on, Nate. You're keeping the conversation going, and you just left us hanging. We have 90 people in here. Throw in the comments and chats. What's going on with the Husker Nation? What do you want to talk about? Jared's chewing on a bottle cap.
Talked about it all.
I know we have talked about everything.
We've had like 2 episodes.
Over that.
Shit.
Oh man. Well, we can call it if you want.
My phone in.
Where's your phone at?
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, you got it? Yeah. Just want to see. Andy Clausen said something to us. Hey, Andy Clausen, subscribe to our channel. Okay. Nothing else.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, I guess we can talk about the video that I made like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Big Ten basketball, obviously the last team to win a national title was that Mateen Cleaves team in 2000 when Tom Izzo was still a young tyke. That was the last team to win a natty in basketball. And so we just got to thinking, like, we think of the way in the regular season, the way that the Big Ten is reffed. And people talk about the way that kind of results in teams struggling in March in the tournament. What are your guys' thoughts? Does it have an effect? Does it not? What do you think? Is it overblown?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Think of the style of play, the things that the Big Ten lets go or calls. All that. Like, what do you think? I don't know.
I think it's a little column A, a little column B. I think the Big Ten officials, they love to make an impact on the game. I think the officials they love riling up fan bases, and I think they like that kind of stuff. So I think they do make calls that are questionable, or they maybe call the game inconsistently. That's my biggest thing with Big Ten officiating. I'm not necessarily saying that the calls are wrong or that they're bad or whatever, but if you're going to call a basketball game, call it the same way in the first half as you did, and vice versa, whatever. Second half as you did in the first half. So, like, just be consistent the whole game. Don't change it.
Okay. Connor, do you have a strong stance either way, or
No, I think
not
Mike
strong?
just said. I think one thing that we really needed is consistency. I'm not even asking for perfect officiating. I'm asking for consistent. So that way players get a better feel for how they can operate.
Yeah.
Because once you get, especially here in March, players in the Big Ten have adapted to that certain play style, and now it's going to be wildly different.
Oh yeah. Well, physicality.
Yeah.
They let people play in some of the other conference games that I watch. You don't see the whistle blowing every 5 seconds. You don't have teams in the bonus with still fucking 10 minutes left.
You talking about Nebraska?
Yeah.
I just the person I was complaining about in the video was Terrence Shannon, who plays for Illinois. who, God, it's annoying when he makes a three-pointer because that's not his fucking game. His game, usually,
Head down.
is just driving to the hoop with blatant disregard for whoever's guarding him. And he is able to use his big frame to draw contact and go to the free throw line. Free throw. Oh my God, over and over. Because he does do the kind of head down, jump into the defender, and if the defender isn't perfectly straight up, beep.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, like, watching Illinois, do you guys know who they have offhand?
Who they drew in the first round.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, whatever.
Just they got Morehead State.
I don't even know how fast I'm going. I'm 170. Is that okay?
Yeah.
More than likely.
Morehead State. I would just say, when I watch them, how does Terrence Shannon do? How do the refs call that game? Like you said, are they going to let more things go? Because the Big Ten, it's so easy to say like they play favorites, right?
But
Terrence Shannon is an all Big Ten player.
Dude, both times we played Illinois, both times they've taken over the game, especially the first time. End of the game
On overtime.
Yeah, the late call at the end of the game or whatever. Yeah, that's bullshit. Scott said Big Ten refs are ass, and some games seem obviously biased. 2023 Minnesota comes to mind.
I don't recall that one offhand.
I think he's referring to the Minnesota-Purdue game, maybe, where there was like 40 fouls compared to like 4.
Well, look, and that's the other thing too, is the Zach Edey factor. Right?
Yeah.
Watching, I cannot watch unless I'm in PBA watching Nebraska upset them. I cannot watch a Purdue game with Zach Edey in the fucking game. No. And just, he's 7'4", but he can do things to people. It's cool.
He throws elbows.
You know, he can hook his arm around a guy, but the moment his arm gets hooked, beep, he's fragile.
Yeah. I think
Going into March Madness, how are the rest going to handle him?
I
don't know.
He's gonna have. That's why he has problems. I think in March Madness. Like going back to what you said, the Big Ten caters to him, and I don't know
And
if
he expects a certain type of treatment.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get it. He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah,
I will say when we played him, when we beat him by 16,
Rank freaking worked him.
And the refs let us get a little physical with them.
That's true.
And that goes back to consistency and inconsistency. Like they pick and choose when they want to let you do that.
Well, so that was a case where they were favorable towards the bigger end.
Robbie said, "Are you guys just live streaming your entire road trip?" No, Robbie.
It sure seems like it, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we've been going for 2.5 hours, but we're just trying to copy you and have a radio show, you know?
We have not almost died 4 different times.
Not yet.
We swear. Hey, well, Robbie, if you're in there, I know like the chat is kind of delayed, but like we were talking about Big Ten refs and how it affects teams going into March. Do you think that the way that they officiate games has an effect later? I don't know.
Eyes on the road, Big Red.
I can walk and drive at the same time.
Yeah, Robbie, get into your spiel about officiating because you are.
All right, you guys already had kind of a.
No,
right.
he's very passionate on the radio about it.
Yeah.
And
Zach Edey sucks.
Yeah, no, I think Robbie, the way that Robbie talks about officiating is he wants more fouls called. He doesn't like physical basketball.
Right.
So,
hey, how do you feel about Terrence Shannon? There you go. That's all I need. If you've watched him.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how many votes we got on that.
I just looked at about 17 as of right now.
That's it.
What? Yeah, 17 total
People are
votes.
fucking stupid.
It is currently, yes, Big Ten isn't prepared, leading by a decent margin.
Yeah, what? 10-7.
Yeah.
God. Don't let me get on my spiel.
Slop.
Easy there, stop.
Robbie said, I don't like when referees allow teams to prevent basketball from being played.
Yeah. When it becomes more like football than basketball, I gotcha. I don't know.
But on the flip side of that, Robbie, you can't also play basketball when you're on the free throw line the entire fucking game. Basketball is meant to be played without the whistle being blown constantly.
Hell yeah. Not quite prison, but
yeah,
pretty close.
like, I don't personally like when people are sitting at the free throw line the entire game, or when you're in the bonus with still 10 plus minutes left in the half.
How about this? I like it. I like when teams shoot free throws when it's helping Nebraska. How about that? When Nebraska's getting all the calls and Nebraska's shooting, and that's the other thing too about this Nebrasketball squad that we haven't talked about, guys, is over the course of the year, how well they have shot from the free throw stripe.
Yeah, they played
Compared to other Hoiberg teams.
Yeah,
dude, have you watched those other teams try to shoot free throws?
it was bad.
It is like stabbing your eye with a needle, Mike. A needle.
Robbie said a couple things here. He said, yeah, the overly aggressive stuff isn't basketball. It's crap. The only way to prevent that is to call fouls. Obviously, that's not an appealing product, but long term, you just have to hope teams will adjust and stop fouling so much. You can't reward teams for the fact that you just don't. Sorry, we keep moving. You can't reward teams for the fact that you just don't want to call too many fouls. Kyle, how is the road trip? It's going, man. We've got 3 hours left. So,
Kansas City.
Yep.
I think we have to also acknowledge Ravi's fandom
yeah.
of a certain type of basketball. The Creighton Blue Jay model, which is soft. And yeah, you're going to say, oh, Creighton beat Nebraska by 50 points this year.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's all I got.
Shut up.
That's my only comeback.
Yes.
You can come back with Creighton's match are seeing some real struggles against Akron right now.
What's the score?
They are up 5 at halftime, but they were trailing for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Ravi.
So Ravi's taking a break from the Creighton game to tweet at us about boring basketball. He likes when the refs are blowing the whistle.
Hey, just in. Ravi Lula loves free throws.
Loves them.
Free throws are my favorite.
I don't like the style because Creighton plays it. I like Creighton basketball or because they play the style I like. Boring.
Quit being reasonable.
Shooting.
Chicken or the egg, Ravi? Chicken or the egg?
He likes Creighton basketball because they shoot 53s a game.
I like sloppy ball.
I like teams
sloppy.
that don't get to play in the paint because then they
You know who I love, Ravi? You know who my favorite basketball player of all time is? Bill Laimbeer. You know why? Because he sucked, but it didn't matter. Because he would just tackle your ass.
Michigan State beat Mississippi State today.
Yes, I have a perfect bracket at the moment.
I haven't even looked at mine.
There's only been one game.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, you know who else I love, Ravi? Dennis Rodman. You're going to tell me that motherfucker don't ball out?
honestly, Robbie, you could argue that basketball was meant to be played the way it was in the 90s.
Yeah, give me Ron Artest.
Physicality,
Give me Ron Artest.
you know.
Give me Rasheed Wallace. Let's go.
People would say that that's true art back in the 90s. And the basketball that's played today is prissy ball.
Yeah, man. Back in the 90s, Ravi, you couldn't just drive through the lane with your head down because you're going to get your shit rocked. Nowadays, you're going to get the
Robbie said Dennis Rodman was actually good at basketball. The most skilled defensive player of all time.
Defense, baby, defense. I think he said something else.
Rashid was the original stretch 5, 6'11", shooting 3.
Hey, shut up, Robbie. Goddamn. Robbie's annoying.
Robbie's old, so.
Robbie, just because you know ball, shut up.
Yeah, but your opinion about basketball and calling more fouls is ass.
Yeah, I like it sloppy. I bet you playing pickup with Robbie would be just a disaster.
Dude,
he would call fouls
Dude,
all the time.
Dude, Robbie would get schooled so bad on the basketball court. He would.
Just get his shit just swatted. Foul.
Yeah. You want to talk about Herdak content, Robbie? Let's make content of us playing. Let's play pickup basketball, and let's play against it and see. You want to talk about someone who's scrappy and fouls a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Jared.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Dude grabs your fucking shorts. Fucking grabs onto you.
Pinch.
He might
I'm
be
always
chosen
pinching.
type of
I'm
player
always
he sticks
pinching.
to it.
I actually played college basketball. Yeah. Yep.
Again, shut up. Just because you know ball doesn't mean you know ball. All right.
I want to play basketball now, Robbie. We're not talking about college Robbie, who was weightlifted and being yoked. We're talking about Robbie now.
Yeah, what other scores are like? How many games are going on, bro?
I can run you through the scores if you like.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Yeah, I've been tight one in Duchenne versus BYU. Duchenne leading by 2. 3 minutes left.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
Duquesne.
No.
Duquesne.
Yeah, Duchenne.
Nebraska beat them earlier this year. Fun fact.
Right, that's right.
Creighton leading Akron by 6. Just started the second half.
Okay.
Long Beach State within 1 point of number 2 Arizona at the moment.
Sure.
And then Michigan State, Mississippi State is already over. Michigan State routed Mississippi State 69-51.
Of course.
Robbie said the shot is still pure. We just got to play half court.
Hey, I'm with you there.
Hey,
I'm
Robbie.
trying to run.
Any Sunday you want to come play basketball, I play in Weeping Water every Sunday. You're welcome to come with me. We'll see how pure your shot is.
I can't believe you still do that.
I like
drive to Weeping Water.
It's not even that far.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Hey, we hit the century mark. We're at 100. Woohoo! Hello, 100 people. All comment at once. Go.
Going to be Wagner versus UMC coming up. I'm not driving to Weeping Water. Are you nuts? Do you even know where Weeping Water's at, Robbie? It's not far.
It's not far.
It's not far.
So far. That's my excuse, Robbie, for not going. It's too far.
No, it's not.
I'm not even. I can't even drive to Memphis, Tennessee. Drive
Robbie.
to Weeping Water. Shit.
Not Omaha, homie. I don't know what that means.
It's not in Omaha.
Well, it's not in Omaha. It's about 20 minutes away from Omaha.
It's fucking far.
Yeah.
Robbie, I'll tell you what. Hop on a flight, meet us in Memphis. We'll find a YMCA.
Kim, yeah, shout out Kim. She said Weeping Water is as close as Elkhorn. Kim, nice of you to join the conversation. We've been asking people to comment for hours.
Yeah, they just like watching us. They don't say anything. They're waiting.
If Weeping Water's not in Omaha, it's too far. Dude, technically Ralston's not in Omaha either. Or is it? Is it Ralston? No.
Ralston's Ralston.
Yeah.
Ralston's still Omaha.
LV's not Omaha either. That's Sarpy County, dude.
I heard that sports bar is not in
Yeah.
Omaha.
Yeah, you record your show outside of Omaha every day.
Little did you know.
Ralston, also too far.
See, the difference is when he does a show at HSB, he's actually getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
If you're not paying me to play no Weeping Water basketball, if you're paying me, I'd make that drive. Maybe.
It's
Maybe
content
not.
for the show.
Shit.
Robbie, I'll pay you with good feelings and potential ad opportunities that I probably will never get you.
Who knows? Maybe Nike sees this game.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Nike's attending that particular pickup game in Weeping Water, and they'll want to sign you.
You know what I saw on Twitter randomly was highlights from the And One mixtape.
Oh, awesome.
from like early 2000s.
Awesome.
Do you remember Escalade?
Yep.
Just that fat, just
Fat with PH, like PH.
no, it's listen. And he would just throw these freaking packs of
All right, I'll get some.
Incredibly.
falling out.
Mixtape is just
Kim, I apologize. I've been eating your sweet Thai chili almonds. They've been sitting in front of me. They're really good.
What did do you remember what Rafer Alston went by?
I do not.
Remember he got-
Weeping Water, Western Nebraska. What? It's not even west. It's south. I don't think Robbie knows where Weeping Water is on a map.
I wouldn't be able to.
I don't think he knows where it's actually at.
Is it by Springfield or something?
Yeah, just down the road a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, about 10-ish minutes.
So West Omaha.
It's out west.
Crazy.
I super duper do not.
That's
There it is.
fair.
If you can point to Weeping Water on a map, there's something wrong with you.
Well, I can.
Oh,
I grew up
Connor's
here.
Connor's
There's
from
something wrong
Louisville.
with you.
Yes, there
It's
is something
right next to
wrong.
Louisville. If you ever been to Louisville or Springfield,
Oh,
right down the street.
Oh, shnikes.
Not bad. Yeah, I figured he didn't know where Weeping Water was at. Robbie, why are you not in Memphis joining us? And Mike Sauter, he's hanging out with us tonight. We're doing our live show, which you should have been promoting on your radio show because we listen to that all morning. All the way to Kansas City, we listen to Robbie.
Yeah, instead of talking about freaking yogurt, Indian yogurt.
We got Indian yogurt, talking about that.
Shoot.
Should have been promoting us at Alfred's on Beale, right outside the stadium. That's what we're doing tomorrow from 12 to 2. Doing a live show. It's going to be the Husker Bar of March Madness out there in Memphis. So if you are in Memphis, podcasting driving is wild. That's right, Brandon.
Texas Trev.
Hey, Brandon,
You there.
I'm just doing your job. You should be in here producing this podcast, but nowhere to be found. What else is new?
Damn BT. Kyle Ross.
That's all on DB. He was squirrely this morning. I agree. I listen to you guys every morning.
You would bring up either Dannen or Old Gold, and you would just kind of veer you guys off track a little bit.
I think DB didn't want to talk about Dannen or Dr. Gold today.
Which, is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign?
I know DB was tweeting about Dr. Gold, so
Well, apparently everybody knows who Old Gold is.
yeah.
But Dannen, not so much.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Nope. Yep, for the 104 people that are in here,
So,
keep throwing comments, stuff in the chat. What do you want to talk about?
what is the number? You see
I didn't get an invite.
above Brandon.
Kyle Ross, Cass County fair time is always a good time.
Yeah, Cass County Fair.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah.
I will give a shout out tomorrow. What's the name of the bar and you guys will be at Memphis?
Shout out, Rob. It is called Alfred's on Beale. If you go to our Twitter, Facebook, etc., we made graphics with the name on there. We will be live from 12 to 2, and it'll be the Husker Bar at March Madness, right across from the stadium. Like, you cannot miss it. You can literally see the stadium right across the street.
What's the stadium? I hate that.
Sorry, what do you want me to call it?
The arena.
The arena. There you go. The arena.
FedEx Forum.
FedEx. All right. I'm gonna
No free plugs.
Robbie, if you don't, I will make a snippet of you saying it. So you better say it. He says, "I got you."
Okay.
I'll drink some pickle fight since I'm not producing right now.
We would too, but we're live on the StreamYard, so we don't want to be drinking it.
And I'm not even joking that I would drink it. I'm not even doing that.
Yeah.
That'd be a terrible joke.
Yeah. Brandon, we have an extra ticket if you want to start driving to Memphis.
Come on, BT.
Come on, BT.
We need you.
Get in your car and start driving.
Flights are cheap.
Or just fly here.
Yeah,
we got an extra ticket for you.
Just don't get your luggage mixed up.
Yeah. Mike Sauter lost his luggage. So that was cool.
And he was very, very happy about it.
Yeah. He was good for the Herd App brand.
I wonder if Robbie heard about that this morning.
You have an
Yeah,
extra
group chat.
ticket and you didn't take me, Kim said.
Yikes. Yep, that's all you, bro.
Yeah, I love you.
That's all you.
Yeah. There wasn't enough almonds for the both of us.
I can't go to Memphis. I wouldn't be able to stop myself from singing, walking in Memphis the whole time.
Yeah, that would be pretty annoying. Okay. How long have we been going? 3 hours?
2:45.
Jesus Christ.
This is almost as long as your what you call this?
My post game?
No, your roller coaster.
Shit.
Give away the ticket to someone at the live show.
That was, I think, our plan, wasn't it?
Nah. I'd rather leave it up.
Put on my blue suede shoes, and I boarded the plane.
Jesus.
Jeez, Robbie.
Listen, I guess if you're going to Memphis, don't half-ass it.
Yeah.
Right? Like us, we're driving 10 hours.
We're driving 10 hours.
We're going all the way.
Yep. Going all the way to Memphis.
No half measures.
Yep. So maybe Herdak can give us a couple more ads to pay for this expense.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. How's that Creighton score looking? You just gotta, you just have that ready all the time.
Creighton now up 12.
Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. I'm working on it.
There you go, Robbie. Work harder.
So Akron's gonna lose to Creighton.
Yes.
Yeah, more than likely.
More than likely.
Yeah. And that was kind of one of the talking points that we brought up on Monday was the slow versus fast. And that guy saying most teams that are slow beat out the fast teams.
Yeah.
I think like 80-20.
Yep. He said I was losing, and Brandon said 54-42 Jays.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like Son is going to carry this.
Guys,
Yep.
How many fouls were called? How many free throws, Ravi?
It was beautiful basketball. We only shot 42. Hey, we're back. Hey, we're back.
It's all right.
Yeah, I don't know where we're at. We're about
I think we're 200 miles from Memphis.
200 miles away from our hotel.
I think for all my hip hop fans out there, I think 3-6 Mafia is going to be joining us at Alfred's on Beale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, you guys want to say what's up to 3-6 Mafia, Juicy J? They'll be there.
Yeah, they're big fans of the show.
Yeah. What? Stand fly in Memphis.
All right.
Silence.
Mike has not heard a 3-6 Mafia song in his whole fucking life.
Probably not.
You have. Everybody has.
I don't think so.
Have some, show some fucking respect. You too. You show some respect.
There should be a rap group for short kings called 3-6 Mafia, but it's 3'6". It's just all short guys. So, yeah. That's a group that might actually come to our show. 3'6".
Nice.
All right, Mike, come on. Get a talking point.
Um.
I'm driving. I'm busy.
Okay. Who is your favorite? Put this in the chat, guys. You got 100-some people in the chat right now. Put in who is your favorite Nebraska running back of all time. And that's a tough one because we were RBU forever. So, gosh, who would I even go? Gabe? Oh, nice. Who is your favorite Nebraska running back of all time?
You can't say
Robbie says Damon Benning.
But Ravi, hey, Ravi, DB, he's not watching. You can tell the truth. That's fine. That's my 96 Orange Bowl MVP.
Damon Benning.
Favorite running back?
Corey Ross was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pork chop.
Kim says good answer, Robbie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
Connor says Rex Burkhead.
He said favorite, not best.
Yeah, favorite, not best.
Right.
Your favorite Husker running back of all time.
He'll probably be a Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You know, if T-Magic isn't, you'd think that Rex
will be.
right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like Roy Halou was great.
Yeah. He's not my favorite, but I low-key loved Brandon Jackson.
Sure. Highly underrated for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and he surprisingly had a halfway. I mean, Robbie, you won't say it was a good NFL career because it was short-lived, but no, I mean, he had an okay career with the Packers for a little bit. I mean, a couple of years, 1,000 yards, I think, maybe. But yeah. Jeremy says Amon Green. Welcome to the show, Jeremy. Amon Green. That's a good pick.
Yeah. I mean, shit. You think of some of those '80s guys. I think we had one on.
Oh yeah, Keith Endzone Jones.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's my favorite, but
No, that
like
it was one of my favorite ones we've ever interviewed.
and like if you watch Ken Clark highlights, you know he's got the freaking the padding above the shoulder, like that's freaking goated.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Put in the chat who's your favorite Nebraska running back of all time.
Ken Clark, who outperformed Barry Sanders when they played Okie State.
Robbie said
Like,
Brandon Jackson played more career NFL games than Bo Jackson.
which means he had the better career, right, Ravi?
Yeah, right?
Huh?
What do the stats look like?
Who's the
Scott said Roy Halou.
his game against Missouri in 2010 was legendary.
That was fun.
It was very fun.
I was at that game. My dad.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
So they killed Blaine Gabbert that day. Killed him.
Blaine Gabbert and Josh Freeman, two quarterbacks that decommitted from Nebraska.
Both got smacked.
By Nebraska every time they played him.
Okay.
No, his career is probably rated, unlike another B. Jackson.
I don't know, man. This guy's crazy. He has crazy takes.
In addition to putting your favorite Husker running back of all time in the chat, please put in here if you think that Bo Jackson
Was Bo Jackson overrated?
is Bo Jackson
make a poll.
overrated? Do we have to make another poll, Robbie? Was Bo Jackson overrated?
He would go, is water wet? You know what would be a really tough question? Favorite wide receiver?
Favorite wide receiver? Well, I know I've got a couple, and it's just because I love them as people. So I love me some B. Riley.
How about player strictly?
Okay.
Strictly player.
I love me some B. Riley. I love myself some Brandon Kinney. Jesus.
BK?
That guy's texting. That guy's texting on his phone, and he's fucking playing Pac-Man with the road.
We're live streaming.
I don't care. Nate Swift. Robbie says Nate Swift.
Sure.
Doesn't Bo Jackson winning that type of poll kind of prove my point that people have irrational feelings for him?
Maybe.
Shut up, Robbie.
Maybe.
It's just, you have to understand, Bo Jackson's one of those, and yeah, this is gonna strengthen your argument is that he's just one of those kind of mythical figures. And yes, a big part of it is the what if factor. But yes, the reason why you have the what if factor is because he didn't play enough. So yes, I see your point. But
I think it's wrong.
But Bo Jackson's, it's just one of those things.
He's the best athlete of all time.
Like here's my argument, Robbie. It's just one of those things. There you go.
Scott says Jordan Westerkamp or Kenny Bell. And Robbie did say Nate Swift.
Right, yeah. You know,
who's your favorite receiver of all time?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, Mo Purify, you know.
No.
Like short-lived, but you know. Like I said, fuck Mo Purify.
Hey, Trey Palmer, all right?
Oh, that's a good take.
Talk about short-lived.
Yeah, short-lived, but a lot of fun while he was here. And okay, we didn't win any games, but God, it was fun watching him play.
Hey, help beat the Iowa streak.
Yeah. Trey Palmer single-handedly did that. So, Trey Palmer.
Hey, give Chris Kolarvik some love, would you?
Hey,
Chris Kolarvik, are you watching, Chris? We love you.
Yeah.
Too
bad we don't have a picture with him.
Oh man.
Connor, who's your favorite receiver of all time?
I don't know. Like all these names coming through, I'm really trying to weigh out who I want to take. I think I gotta take Kenny Bell.
Kenny Bell. KB.
Like he was legitimately good.
Kenny Bell.
Like he, first team All Big Ten, and all that shit. You know, like
Kenny Bell is good. Stanley Morgan's another name that I could it's completely underrated. First 1,000-yard receiver, all that stuff. Doesn't get drafted, but has been on the NFL roster. Now just went to the Saints, but like Stanley Morgan's another guy that he needs his love. That dude was good.
Did he just? I feel like he just signed.
He just signed with the Saints. Going home to New Orleans.
Let's see. We've got Scott. I missed the part of the stream talking to a coworker. Did you answer my most obscure, memorable Husker like Chongo Condolo?
Oh God.
And most hated Husker Niles Paul, Iowa State. I will never forgive him.
Ooh, fumble.
It's not his fault. He has little hands, buddy.
I remember when he fumbled. Just what was that? One of 9 fumbles on the day.
Yeah, it was like 9.
They all kind of run together.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at just him. That game was nasty.
All right, so So this is one of our most beloved players, though.
Yeah.
But if you recall, 2010 Red Out Around the World game when Texas came into town, when Rex Burkhead dropped that touchdown pass, that was one of those moments that people kind of forget about it. But it was one of those things where at the time, it's like, Rex,
come on.
What the fuck?
Come on now.
Dude, that game was so hyped.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Rex will probably get in the Nebraska Football Hall of Fame, I bet, in the next year or so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Most obscure.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. Chongo Condolo.
Chongo Condolo.
I hate getting put on the spot like that.
What's your most obscure?
Shoot.
The most obscure memorable Husker?
Does Ross Pilkington count? I like Ross Pilkington. You know why?
Why?
No block, no run.
Hey, look at that.
He was a block first wide receiver that caught a few passes. You know? How about that?
How about
Pilkington?
Brody Belt?
Jesus.
Brody Belt.
He scored against Georgia Southern, I think.
Yeah. Brody Belt.
I think he celebrated.
Another Miller guy that made it, right? Kinda. Kinda.
Jeez.
Who's your most obscure, memorable Husker?
Once a Husker.
Yeah. Big Mike Stunts guy.
Ooh, Mike Stunts. Shit. I don't even know if he's that obscure. He's part of the most famous play in Husker history.
Robbie did say on his radio show this week, he said that he loves Nebraska football as much as he loves Creighton basketball. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah, I do. I believe it.
I think I believe it too, because he almost got. I mean, you guys almost got freaking canceled from his passionate post game stuff with you.
God damn it,
Yeah, the goddamn king,
Robbie, the goddamn king.
Robbie, the goddamn king.
The GD king. Yeah. I can
Yeah,
see that.
I remember watching that and it just went click. I'm like, what? What happened?
The show, the episode that got us the most viewers. You remember that, Robbie? Listen, I don't expect you to say too much about it, but
Okay.
we had the most viewers then.
Yeah. You and Jared. And Robbie, you know?
It's okay.
Yeah, could have been it.
It's all right.
Speaking of that, Robbie, ideas for the podcast. Maybe, you know, including the podcast in some more of those overreaction shows or something. Or maybe like Sunday after the game or something, we do something. That'd be fun. But just brainstorming.
Sure.
It was a goddamn trap. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Nebraska football has shaped my life as much as anything outside of my family. I love that. And it's a goddamn travesty that episode will never see the day of light again.
You know, I think I saved it.
That's a goddamn travesty.
I'm trying to think if I was like, did I get it saved on my phone before it got taken down? But no, that's not what happened.
I listened to
That's
that.
not what happened.
And it was gone.
That shit is gone.
Click.
Like, we always joke about how, like, everything's on the internet. That's, like, the one thing that's not on the internet.
Yeah.
It's that video.
That video of Robbie saying goddamn.
Forbidden.
You say it's kind of like the Key and Peele skit where he like does like the thrust, and he's like, you can only do 2 thrusts. Huh? All right, yep, we did it. Yep.
You just see his
That was Robbie. He was like, hey, you can only say 2 goddams on the episode. And Robbie got to that third one, and they're like, throw the flag.
The ironic thing was I was saying goddamn so I wouldn't say fuck.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Listen, it's emotional.
Yep.
Those post games. Do you remember, Ravi, just how hopefully we like, which game was that? Was that Purdue? They beat Purdue. They blocked the punt. They returned it for a touchdown. After that game, we were like,
Robbie said you guys were going to go like
we like 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
You
I remember saying that. I remember you guys doing that.
Ah. Yikes.
See, I listen and consume all kinds of Robbie content. I'm glad he's still sitting with us here.
Yep. Good times, Ravi.
Yep. Those are the good old days.
8 or 9 wins.
After they went like 5-3, I said 8 wins. You did say that.
Oh, yeah.
I recall.
Dude, I got a freaking whiz.
Oh, you got to pee? That's fine.
I got a whiz.
Yeah. Well,
I have a whiz.
that'll end. Whenever we get to the next gas station, we'll end the show, and I'll take over driving. We'll go from there.
You're closed in.
Yeah, we are officially 2.5 hours away from Memphis. I will say doing this has made it go a little faster.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just feels like Robbie's sitting here with us.
I got emotional about my teams. I texted DB like half an hour ago saying Creighton was going to lose and they're up by 20.
Did you bet food on it this time, Robbie? Because it seems like you like to buy game and lunch. What you're good at. You got us lunch too, so.
See, Robbie, you know just as well as anybody that the true fans, the true diehards, those are the ones that are, when they're watching, they are fatalistic in the moment.
Yeah, expecting the worst.
Expecting the worst.
Yep.
Even if it doesn't happen that often. It's the end of the world. Those are the true fans. Not the ones that are like commenting on Facebook.
Yeah.
Going, you should never be critical. Shut up. Just because you watched all 5 natties in your lifetime, just because you're complacent about your favorite team now, let me be emotional, okay? Just you saw all the success in your life, and you're like 60 years old, and you're ready to mail it all in. and your life is about over,
Jesus.
let me be mad.
Let me be mad.
You know? They haven't made a bowl in 7 years. Of course I'm pissed.
Yes.
You
Spoiled.
God.
That guy's driving with gloves on.
This is not a mask. All right, there's got to be a freaking something up here, right?
Dude, you got 200 miles in them.
Shut up, Mike.
You've got a historic site next right, but I don't think that's going to help you.
It's the KFC.
It's the KFC.
Were you on a KFC? Seriously.
It's not even like the first one. It's just one of the
Yeah,
first
I'm a
ones.
mess real time. I'm a weird mix of optimism in the moment and then fatalistic at the same time. And there's a lot of going on internally.
Oh, yeah.
He's got mental demons.
Bruh.
Yep.
It's rough.
Yep. What's your favorite Nebraska win? And what's the we'll pair it with this. What's the one loss that you wish it was a win?
God, Mike.
That's easy though.
Like, I can pick any game.
Yeah.
The 62-3 Ohio State. I'm going to turn that one around.
No, I think the one loss that I'd obviously want back, I think would be the Texas game. I think that changed a lot of shit with Bo. Or an obvious one to be Nebraska national championship against Miami. I think that's another one. And then my favorite win.
Their favorite win.
I don't even know.
There's gotta be like.
I've never watched a Nebraska game. I've never watched Nebraska win a game they weren't supposed to. I seriously, I'm thinking about it now. I don't remember
Nebraska, Michigan State, 2016.
the Brandon Riley push-out thing, I guess. But
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to win that.
yeah, I don't know. I really haven't. I don't think I've really seen a game that Nebraska wasn't supposed to win that they did win.
At the time, Oregon probably,
Oregon was fun.
but they turned out to be not as
Frauds.
good.
Yeah.
Damn.
My favorite win was the '94 Orange Bowl. It's the first game I watched start to finish. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 5 months old for that game. So there's that.
Damn. Like, when you think of teams of the past, another team that kind of gets overlooked is the '99 team.
Yeah.
A lot of people argue that that's probably the best talent, the most talented team. But they fumbled so goddamn much. They go to Texas on the road, they lose, then they beat them later in the title game, the Big 12 title game. I don't know, it's like, damn, that would have been cool to have 3 titles in the 90s.
This is probably what they get off. Yeah.
Or 4 titles in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. But no, but honestly, okay.
Gas station's right there.
Listen, Orange Bowl against Miami when T.O. went for 2.
Yeah. Getting it.
Give me a natty in the
You're
80s.
right.
Give me a natty in the 80s.
Yeah.
With Turner Gill.
Okay.
That 83 team should have gotten a natty.
99 Nebraska versus Florida State would have been incredible. Yeah.
Shit. Shoot.
Hey, there's White Castle if you want that.
There
fun.
is White
Make a joke
Castle.
about that.
We are officially
Oh.
near a White Castle and a bunch of cows laying down.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
Okay, I think this is a good time.
Love you guys.
Hey, we got 119 people in here.
Love you, Scott. Love
If
you, Robbie.
you
Love
don't
you.
already, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 this year. That's our goal for 2024 is to hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Follow us on all social media platforms as well: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff.
NBNR.com, get merch.
Yep. Go to NBNR.com. We've got some new merch out that's freaking sweet.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's not stupid. Like, it's actually kind of cool. Like,
Yeah,
I'm being
GBRBI.
honest, like, I'm one of those people where, like, if people are offering merch and it looks stupid, I'm like, I'm not going to buy that shit.
Yeah.
Ours looks cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Seriously.
So, yeah,
I'm not biased.
go to five pull up. go to NBNR podcast. Otherwise, yeah, let's call this a wrap. We're gonna go get some gas, maybe grab some lunch, and then we'll be in Memphis hopefully around 5.
Beat Texas Trev. Beat the Aggies.